Pirates fight for old Southwestern, for alma mater dear. Pirates fight for old Southwestern. To Southwestern will be loyal to the sun from the sky, and remember to the end that our fight will never die. Pirates fight, yeah we win. Ay. Pirates fight, whoa, to the end. Whoa, Pirates fight, yeah we win. Ay. Pirates fight, yeah, to the end. Whoa, to the end.
Good afternoon and welcome to Southwestern Pirates football here on the Vype Live Network. My name is Merle Bertrand, coming to you live from Birkenbach Field in Georgetown, Texas, joined by my broadcast partner, lifetime Pirate TJ Vela, as well as Chuck Tracy down at the sidelines. Donald Williams and Michael Rose providing all the pretty pictures. Our producer Trey Grubb and Skylar Gillespie, our QA, as the Pirates look to regroup against the Sewanee Tigers. And TJ, the Pirates show what they're capable of when they play well in a solid first half against the Tigers at Trinity last week. Can they mount a similar effort and sustain it for 60 minutes this afternoon against this group of Tigers from Sewanee?
They certainly can mount a similar effort, Merle. That's the question, though. Can they sustain that effort? And what we saw last week was very impressive in the first half versus Trinity. It was that second half where momentum slipped away from the Pirates that we started really questioning what this team is about. They've had a great week of practice so far, talking to the coaches, talking to the players. They're hyped up this week. They're ready for Sewanee. So I definitely think that they can mount that effort and sustain it for the 60 minutes here today.
Well, the Southwestern Pirates are now 2-2 overall, 0-1 in the SAA after falling 65-14 last week at Trinity. The game that they trailed 16-14 at the half. So going back to that point, good first half, not so good second half. The good news is not every team in the conference is at Trinity, but while the Pirates have dominated this series, I would hope that they understand that they're not yet at the point where they can overlook anybody, including this ball club across the field from them today.
No, they really can't, Merle. And you can't think of the past when it comes to their history with Sewanee either.
Right.
They have to live every moment, every week, one by one. You have to go 1-0 every week, like our producer Trey said earlier here before the broadcast started. And for the Pirates here today, if you're going to have a potential chance to maybe make the playoffs, it all starts right now. You have to get a crucial first conference win.
And on the other side of the ball, the Sewanee Tigers have had a feast or famine type season. They're also coming in at 2-2 and 0-1 in the conference after falling hard versus new conference member Maryville last week. That's one of the intriguing things about D3 football. We just don't really know how good the Tigers are because we don't know how good their non-conference opponents are. What have you seen and what are you looking at here today, TJ?
It's going to be really interesting to really see what team comes out of that Sewanee locker room. In their 2 wins here so far this year, they outscored their opponents 74-6, Merle. So in those losses, they really got blown out by quite a bit of points. So really here today, it's going to be important for whatever team's going to want to come out on top to establish momentum early, take that momentum, and carry it throughout the game.
And let's bring in our producer extraordinaire, Mr. Trey Grubb. Trey, you were talking before the game started, or before we launched the broadcast here this morning. It's good. It's important for the Pirates to get off to a good start here today to really shake off the doldrums from last week.
Yeah, like TJ talked about, going 1-0, right? You have to look at it as week to week. You can't let last week's game affect this game, and you can't allow next week's game to affect this game. You really do have to stay present and in the moment, and it's obvious that they have since they've worn yellow jerseys or gold jerseys. So they know that's going to put a little bit of toughness on us, so we're going to have to bring our game, our A game, right?
Yeah, I should have Academy as a sponsor because I'm going to be looking through my $10 Academy binoculars all day long with those jerseys that we're wearing. Speaking of golden jerseys, let's hear from our sideline reporter down on the field where Mr. Chuck Tracy is standing by. And, Chuck, you experienced the highs of last week's first half and the lows of that second half down at the sidelines. What have you picked up or overheard of thus far this morning?
The energy is high in the warm-up. The mood is a little bit different than that Trinity game. It's a little looser down here on the sidelines. There was what appeared to be more focus in that Trinity game. As you both mentioned, a good first half, poor second half last week. And I think that they're past that. They're not going to focus. I don't think that game's going to affect today's performance.
Well, Chuck, you know this as well as us up here. Sewanee used to be part of the SEC. Southwestern was once part of the old Southwest Conference. That has absolutely zero relevance here this afternoon, but it's kind of fun to explore that heritage a little bit, if for no other reason, to know that there are things older than both you and I combined.
Yeah, and the one time I did a game at Sewanee, the stadium is much older than you or I combined. So it is a nice campus, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful up there, and we'll be checking in with Chuck throughout the afternoon. So we're about to go to break. But any final thoughts here before we send it over to Coach?
I didn't think there was much more things older than both of y'all, so that's pretty impressive work already.
You learn something every day, TJ. That sets the table here. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from head coach Bill Kriesel, get his thoughts on last week's contest and what he looks forward to today here with the Southwestern Pirates. You're watching Southwestern Pirates football on the Vype Live Network. And we're pleased to be joined once again in the pregame show by the head coach of the Southwestern Pirates, Coach Bill Kriesel. And Coach, always great to see you. Always look forward to talking to you, except for maybe this weekend. This is not a conversation we really look forward to a lot, but it's going to be an interesting one. I want to hear your thoughts on what happened on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, well, it's hard to explain sometimes. We played a really good first half of football.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we're gonna focus on as much as anything. Obviously, you gotta fix some mistakes and some things that happened in the second half. Once Trinity got the momentum in the second half, we just didn't have a unit on our team to step up and stem the tide of momentum. Momentum's a crazy thing. You guys have seen it in sports, and once it starts going the wrong way, it's who's going to step up and make a play, what unit's going to step up to make a play. We couldn't get a special teams unit, the offense or defense. We just couldn't get a unit together to stem the tide. You get a first down, you get a couple a drive going, maybe that changes it. You get a big play on defense, maybe that changes the momentum. So what we're going to focus on really, Merle, is what we did well in the first half, how we played against the number 18 team in the country, toe-to-toe, played really well, did some really good things, executed the stuff that we practiced. And we're going to focus on that as much as anything because we're a good football team. If you look at the totality of our season, we've played 16 quarters. We've outscored our opponents in 14 out of the 16 quarters when you add the two up. So if you just focus on the last two quarters, that's recency bias in your mind. You're kind of feeling, hey, where did it go wrong? But I think we're going to accentuate the positives and get back on track and play a really good football game on Saturday.
Well, let's talk about some of those positives. As you said, down by just 2 points at the half, 16-14, and that's after giving them 7 or 9 points, depending on how you look at it. So what went right in the first half? Scoring 14 points on a team that had given up to 7 points the entire game, on average, the entire season.
Yeah, the big thing is we matched their physicality in the first half. Trinity's a little bit bigger and stronger than us overall, especially when it comes to the depth. They have more depth than we have. Coach Urban's done a good job of building that program and getting the depth at all the positions that they have. They're a little bit more physical of a football team for us, and I think in the first half, when we were healthy, when we were we felt good about what we were doing. We were able to match the physicality. And I think it was the biggest thing for us. And that's the big thing for us. We got to be a physical football team. I think as the game rolled on, we started to lose that physicality. And so we got to figure out a way to keep that for 4 quarters. But we did some really good things. We handled their running game in the first half really, really well. We fit the run really well against a really good running football team. That's the best defense we're going to play all year.
Right.
Trinity is a very, very good defense, and we talked about that all week. They're fundamentally sound, they're tough, they're strong. They don't give up big explosive plays, which makes it hard for you. We were able to get an explosive play in the first half that led to the touchdown, getting it down to 2 points at halftime. So we did some really, really good things, and we're going to, again, if you look at the stats, we had 205 yards of offense in the first half. They had 134. We were in really good shape, especially if, the turnover happens. We got to overcome that. But we played well in the first half, and that was a big thing for us. We were physical and felt good about it.
You mentioned at the start about not being able to respond, not having, somebody coming up and making the play. Were you surprised after they get the opening touchdown and to start the second half on the kickoff? Were you surprised at how quickly things kind of fell apart?
Well, yeah, of course. And you have to be surprised. No one would have thought, hey, all of a sudden we're down 2, and then you look up the score, and then we're 10 minutes in the third quarter, and we're down 30 points. But everything that could go wrong and everything that went right for them, and give them credit that they made the plays. They ran a kickoff, blocked it perfect. We didn't even touch the guy. They made a great play, put the helmet, they made a great play and forced another fumble. The ball happens, it bounced right into their guy. He was a really good football player. He returned it for a touchdown, and then they had a long drive. So those were the 3 scoring drives, and we didn't have a first down rarely through that whole time. And so before you know it, they scored 21 points, and now you're trying to find a way to rally and say, okay, let's stick with it. Let's get back to the way we played in the first half, and we just weren't able to do it.
Well, we won't beat the dead horse per se, but what did you say to the team? What can you share with folks that you said to the team afterwards? It was a long conversation, looked like an intense conversation. What kind of stuff did you talk about?
Very similar to what I just told you, Merle. I told them that, hey, we're a good football team. 14 out of 16 quarters we played, we've outscored our opponents. So we can really, and the same time is, if you take a look at those first 2 quarters we played, we've proven we can play with the best teams in our conference. And we need to keep that belief. You can't lose that belief just because of 2 quarters that nothing went right. And that was a big thing. And I told them also, I said, hey, if we're going to be good enough and consistent to play 4 quarters, we need to be good enough and consistent throughout the whole week, every minute in practice. I said the biggest thing we can control is how we prepare for the next game. And so the big thing that we're talking about this week, and we've always done, but again, it's a big stressor, is we need to be focused in practice every single minute of the practice. And that's what I told them. Whether you're in the drill or you're out of the drill. Are we focused? Are we watching what the guys in front of us are doing? So then we get in, are we ready to go? First team, second team, third team, whatever it is, we got to increase our intensity. And to us, intensity is energy and focus. We usually don't have a problem with energy. We're a passionate football team. But there is some times where that passion gets displaced. And we lose some of our focus. So that's our big thing. Can we focus on every single minute that we're preparing to play a good football team on Saturday?
And it's a good reminder, right? It's right there in front of you the first half. This is what happens when you play like you're capable of. This is what happens when you don't, right?
And I think you're right, Merle. And that's the way we're going to approach it. And again, being positive about it. We need to have positive energy because, again, we're a good football team. And we can do some really, really good things. And we got to be able to play for 4 quarters and match the intensity and the focus that we need to all the way through practice.
Well, the good news is you get to try it again on Saturday afternoon. You got Sewanee coming to town. Back in the old days, the original days of Pirate football, this might be an old Southwest Conference, Southeast Conference kind of matchup. Talk about the Sewanee Tigers a little bit.
Yeah, we've played them the last few years. They're a good running football team. On offense, they run the ball really, really well. And they use multiple quarterbacks. You'll see multiple quarterbacks, just like we played last week. They'll play multiple quarterbacks as well. So they'll be we got to be physical up front because that's what they do. They like to run the football and they'll take advantage of some explosive pass plays. And again, we got to get back offensively, get back to being able to block the run the way we want to block it. Get some gaps, get some holes for our running backs to run, to set up the deep passing game. Get the ball to Graydon again a little bit more as we could. Trinity did a good job of taking them away. We feel like we got some advantages on the perimeter against Sewanee, hopefully offensively. So looking back to getting the offense rolling and putting some points up.
Can we expect to see the same thing at quarterback, both quarterbacks coming in? Because I thought both quarterbacks did well at times and did probably what you thought and expected them to do.
Yeah, well, we're going to continue to be doing that, right? We're going to continue. Again, a lot of it has to do with the practice evaluation. How well are we doing in practice? Who's ready to go? Those kind of things. So we'll be doing the same thing. Expect to see both Jackson and Jacob play. They're both really, really good football players, and we're going to utilize their skill sets.
And sticking with the offense a little bit, talk about the job that Tyson Williams, I keep calling him Quincy Williams, who's an old coach I knew. Tyson Williams coming in, he's really kind of emerged as as sort of a feature back. But then Devin Phillips is starting to see him more used as a wide receiver because he's such a good athlete. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, Tyson's just a really, really good football player. So we got to get him as many touches as possible.
Mm-hmm.
We were looking through the film against the Trinity game against the best defense that we're going to play, and I don't think the first guy tackled him once. Eventually, they end up having 3 or 4 guys, so his numbers didn't look as good. But if you look at his ability to make people miss and how we can do things from a blocking scheme perspective, he needs as many touches as we can possibly get him. You're right with Devin. Devin does so many things that a lot of you guys on the film, right, or you're watching the game, that just don't even realize. And that's something that Devin's done a great job, Phillips, of being able to accept that role. Accept the role that he's not the lead ball carrier, but he's a great blocker in protection. We can throw it to him. We can do a bunch of different things with him. Our gadget plays are always good with him. So there's a lot of things and he plays great on special teams.
Right.
He's playing on almost all our special teams. So he's a great leader for us. He's a vocal leader for us. One of the guys that is willing to be vocal in the room, which nowadays sometimes it's harder to get some players to be vocal, and he is. So he's super valuable and does a great job in what we're asking him to do.
And then the last thing that I noticed, just as a casual fan, a lot of times the Pirates are in position, just didn't make the stop on defense. Guys were, bouncing off attacks and that kind of stuff. Is there a focus on that sort of?
You're right. And that's always a focus on us tackling. We had some players because of injuries that were playing in a little bit out of position. We're asking them to do probably something they're not great at yet. And again, that's matching the physicality. I mean, you're talking about their running backs are all seniors. They're every single one of them senior. Their offensive line has 5 seniors on the football team. And that's the thing. That's when you look at nationally contender teams and top 20 teams in the country, there's very few freshmen that are out there.
Right.
At one point in the second half yesterday, we had 4 freshman linebackers out there. And I don't know if you noticed that, but we had 4 freshman linebackers because C.J. Navarro got hurt. Jameer Martin's been hurt for weeks. J.P. Reyes is our starting weak safety who's out for the year now with a hurt shoulder. Our junior backup linebacker is out for a few weeks because of a knee injury. So we're really, really thin right now on defense, guys, and we're doing our best we can, and we're putting some players in positions they're not used to. But we got to overcome that. Again, we keep thinking this each week. We're hoping that Jameer will be back, who makes such a big difference for our football team. But we got to get healthy, especially on defense. But you're right, we got to be in good position. We got to use good technique when we're tackling. We got to be willing tacklers. We got to be physical from that standpoint. But again, give Trinity credit. They're big physical football players, and they got some good running backs.
Well, I guess it's kind of like going to the theater when they flash the lights at you. It's time to go. The automatic timer flashed at us. So any final thoughts here before we sign out?
Just excited. Again, guys, thanks for watching. All those kind of things. We're excited to get back at it at Sewanee, get back on our winning track, feeling good about our weekend practice. Again, feeling like going to really accentuate the positives about what we can take away from the game, trying to stay away from looking at the final score, just looking at what we did in between. Again, results should matter for us in terms of the process and how we're trying to get better each and every week. So I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you out there on Saturday.
All right, sounds good. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, Merle.
Pirates head coach Bill Kriesel, I guess, during the pregame show. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching Southwestern Pirates football on the Vype Live Network. And welcome back to Birkelbach Field here. Pirates getting ready to take the field. Merle Burchett along with T.J. Vela and Trey Grubb. Southwestern gathering there in the end zone, getting ready to take the field for the 4th meeting between these two programs. Southwestern has won all 3 previous matchups, including last year's 35-10 win at Harris Stadium up in Tennessee. And TJ, this is one of those rare matchups where the Pirates have consistently held the upper hand. How does that affect your mindset going into a game?
Quite frankly, Merle, it shouldn't affect your mindset at all. This Sewanee team isn't the same Sewanee team as the past 3 years, just like this Pirate team isn't the same team that we've seen over the past 3 years. So here coming into this matchup, the Pirates just need to be focused on executing their assignment, doing their job, and hopefully at the end of this contest, they're up on the scoreboard.
You see the Pirates gathering there in the end zone, and the scoreboard clock ticking down, about 5 minutes away from the opening kickoff. This is our 85th broadcast of Pirates football on both Vype Live and KMAX Sports. In case you're just tuning in, Southwestern 2-2 overall, 0-1 in the SAA, and the Pirates are taking the field.
Coach veering off to the right very quickly. Well done.
He doesn't need the extra cardio. He's already got his steps in today.
And he doesn't need a torn-up knee.
Yeah, if you cut away, I'll get him queued up on camera here, Mr. Grubb. All right, standing by with Coach. See, we gave him a chance to catch his breath there. Is Chuck Tracy standing by with head coach Bill Kriesel? Chuck, take it away.
Okay, Coach. Both teams looking for their first conference win today. The Pirates have a 3-0 streak against Sewanee. What are the keys to victory, and how do you not let that affect your play?
Well, the keys to victory is playing 4 quarters. You guys seen us play the last few weeks, and we've had good stretches and bad stretches. We got to put a full game together. We talked about extreme ownership of your attitude, of your effort, of your responsibilities, your techniques this week, and the team that comes out and executes the best and plays within their emotions will be a winner at the end of the game.
And so, Coach, you've shaken up a little bit on the defensive side of the ball, guys out on the field, and we've seen some quarterback rotation. What are your comments on that?
Yeah, you'll see both of that today. We get number 3 back today. Jameer Martin's going to give it a go. He's still nursing a little bit of an injury on that foot, but he's going to try to play today. That'll be a big thing for our defense. You'll still continue to see us use 2 quarterbacks, and we'll see how it goes out, and whoever gets the hot hand will take us to victory.
Now, the weather says it's 84 degrees. I think it's a little bit warmer. Is that going to have an effect today?
It shouldn't. I mean, we prayed on it and tried to get a 75-degree day, but, it's Texas in October. You never know. It could be 90, it could be 70. We got stuck with 90, but we're ready to go.
Amen, Coach.
All right, thank
you.
you.
Good luck. And there you go. They've moved on.
Chuck Tracy blending in nicely, by the way, as you see some of the Pirates filtering in behind him with the gold jerseys. And going to be a little tough to find Chuck down there in the sidelines. I like Trey's line. Trey said, just look for the guy who's moving the slowest.
And how about Chuck with the amen there at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Nice job, Chuck.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to stand by here for our national anthem.
Let's go.
Yeah, we are ready for football. Pirates and the Tigers. Here from Birkelbach Field in Georgetown. Captain's getting ready to meet out near midfield.
And this is one of 3 matchups here this weekend, Merle, of Southwestern Pirates versus the Sewanee Tigers. Happening right now, too. The volleyball team is playing Sewanee, and then the women's soccer team also playing Sewanee. So a lot of big things happening. And for the Pirates here today at Birkelbach, I think that means they have to create their own energy, create their own environment, because they're not going to have all the students here, all the fans here that they normally used to. And along with that, it's fall break. So a lot of students went home, too. So this is going to be a big moment here at Birkelbach and a time for the Pirates to really create their own energy, create their own vibe, and get things going early.
Yeah, still a nice crowd in hand. Folks traveling across the way from Sewanee, you see the coin toss right there. And I don't know about you, but I can't hardly even read the numbers just standing still for the coin toss. That is just brutal. I do see 18 on the left side.
Yeah, it's Graydon, Jackson, and Jalen Levine. And the Pirates are going to receive the first half kickoff. So a great opportunity here to get things going early. This Sewanee team, when they've lost, they've gone down and allowed the opposing team to get into the end zone quickly on the first drive. So it's a big test here for the Pirates offensively. Coming off of last week, it's going to be very imperative, very important that they're able to move the ball and put points on the board.
So Southwestern, the home team, obviously wearing the gold jerseys with the white pants and the white numerals and the black helmet. They'll be going left to right here into a bit of a breeze, 83 degrees here in Georgetown, Texas. And if you're a Sewanee fan, wanting to know where Georgetown, Texas is at, it's about 30 miles north of Austin, up I-35. So just close enough to be convenient, just far enough away to be cozy, right, TJ?
We were the first University of Texas here in the great state of Texas, but that other university 30 miles south ended up taking our name. So it's unfortunate for us, but we are the Southwestern University Pirates.
And it is, we talked about it in the pregame show. Sewanee, original part of the SEC. The Pirates originally part of the SWC, which no longer exists. But Southwestern has beaten the University of Texas, something they're very proud of back in the day.
And along with that, we're 1-0 against the LSU Tigers, too.
That's right, yep.
So a lot of history here on this field. Two historic franchises, two historic D3 powerhouses looking to stake battle here in Birkelbach.
Levi Dorsey set to kick it away for the Tigers. They are wearing all white with the purple numerals and the white helmet.
Thank God.
Yeah. So Dorsey, one of many, many, many freshmen on this Tiger roster.
Yeah, quite young.
And kicks it away. We're underway in Georgetown. Fielded at the 5, up to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. To the 25, up to the 30, and a good return out to the 32-yard line. Good push there. And the Pirates have good field position to start the first drive of the afternoon. And we expect to see Jackson Sims in the start. We'll see both quarterbacks today for Southwestern. But Sims, 26 out of 47, 444 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception to get things started. Starting running back Tyson Williams, he's really emerged, 67 carries, 342 yards, averaging just over 5 yards a carry. And the Pirates as an offense averaging 31.75 points a game and just under 400 yards a game.
An uncharacteristic week last week, less than 200 yards passing and rushing. So the Pirates looking to build upon that and have an explosive offensive game like we're used to seeing them.
The first play from scrimmage from the 32-yard line, it is Williams, and he's going to pick his way up to about the 33 or 34-yard line before he's shoved back. Gain of a couple yards on the play, going to bring up a 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, I'd like to see them establish this run. One of the things last week we were talking about was trying to get this run established, stick to it, stay to it, so that later on you can have some of that play-action pass.
Paulette Rendesi, their leading tackler, on the stop for the Tigers. 2nd down and 9. One receiver left. Receiver coming in motion right to left, and the play-action pass. Gets rid of it in time. Caught over the middle of the field and falling down at the 49-yard line. Boy, the pressure was coming, and able to make the catch was Harris Gilliam. And, boy, Smith was under duress.
Yeah, right there. Jalen Mack, the outside corner for the Tigers, came on a blitz. Tyson Williams was just able to get enough of him to allow Sims to make that throw over the middle and get a great first down for the Pirates.
Tiger defense giving up just 18 points per game. That's been a strong point for them. 1st down and 10 from the 49. 4 receivers to the left side, setting up maybe a wide receiver screen. They're going to swing it out on the edge. He's going to follow his blockers out there. Across midfield to the 45, bounce to the outside of the 40, and spins inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line.
And just a simple swing pass to the outside, Merlin. A great blocking out there just to allow the receiver to spring free. That was number 7, Jacob Smith, the quarterback out there in the receiving position.
Wow.
Doing what we know we can do with his legs, but right there.
Up, guys.
Say that again, Chuck. I'm sorry.
I think they're setting something up for later.
I think you're right, because it's going to be a quarterback pass out there with Jacob Smith.
A little early Halloween trickery.
So 1st down 10 at the 34-yard line. And there's a handoff, and Smith is going to throw it down the field and overshoots the target. So kind of what Chuck was just talking about. This time they put Smith in the backfield. Sims handed it off to him, and Smith chucked it down the field, but it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
And that's what Coach Creasel was saying before the game. Expect different packages with all these different quarterbacks. And we hadn't seen a package like that with Smith lining up outside in the receiver position and then lining up in the backfield. So offensive coordinator Coach Maz going deep into his bag, just trying to get a little creative with the play calling here.
Taking advantage of the camouflage numbers. That's what they're doing. Quincy Williams lined up in the pistol. Hard snap count, but they get back.
Oh.
Handoff Williams. Bounces left side. Breaking a tackle and dives to the 31-yard line. Sets up a third down and about 7 to go here for the Pirates. First drive of the afternoon.
And for the Pirates, like Trey said earlier, got to establish the run. This game really leans on and relies on the shoulders of this offensive line. If they can't get a push like we saw last week, the offense is going to struggle. So it's really on them and on the center, Matthew Diaz-Stalos, to really do a great job moving the line of scrimmage forward and allowing their really good running backs to make plays happen.
Big third down here for the Pirates. 3rd and 7 from the Tiger 31-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 to the near side. Play action pass. Rolling to his right. Dumps it off underneath. Nice catch in the flat to the 25. Breaks tackle down to the 24-yard line. Going to be very near the first down marker depending on the spot, but I think he probably picked it up.
Yep.
Yeah, he definitely picked it up right there. Another example, though, of pressure almost getting to Sims. This time on the inside from number 59, Jaden Nagy. He beat his blocker on the inside, and Sims just able to find his receiver in the flat, and the receiver did the rest there, getting the first down. But that's, again, something to look out for as the rest of this game goes on.
Not sure if that was Thompson or the tight end Samuel Williams on the reception.
I believe that was the tight end.
Yeah, Samuel Williams.
All right. And they give him the first down at the 24-yard line. Play action pass again. Wide open over the middle. Oh, dropped it. Threw it a little bit behind his intended target. That time it was Thompson. Tried to reach back and make a sliding catch, but it falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
And right there, Sims had 2 guys wide open. You had Thompson over the middle, then you had Williams going up the seam. So it was really just pick whatever you want. He went with Thompson, his good receiver. And right there, Thompson not able to make the possession catch, sliding down to the turf. 2nd down coming up.
Williams in the pistol again. 2 receivers left, 1 to the near side. They give it to him this time. He's going to be stacked up. It bounces to the outside. Still can't quite get away. Good pursuit there by the Tiger defense to wrap him up and bring him down. First man there was number 21, Malcolm Shaw, a junior defensive back, and it sets up a 3rd and 11 as he lost the yard on the play.
And again, just a lack of push there from the Southwestern offensive line. It really, again, just depends on what they do. Williams, we know how explosive he can be in the backfield. His presence is elite, but if he doesn't have any room to get going, it's going to be very difficult for him to find yardage.
So 3rd down and 11 from the 25. 2 receivers left, 2 to the near side. Sims dropping back. Now he's going to step up, breaks the first tackle, dumps it off underneath, complete to the 25, but going to be swallowed up there for a minimal gain of a couple of yards. On the stop for the Tigers was Troy Holloway and some friends, and the field goal unit will trot out on the field here as the Pirates look to capitalize and at least get 3 points out of the play. Freshman Chase Lanham, 3 out of 6 in field goals with a long of 47. This one will be from 41. Good snap and hold. Kick is on its way. It's got the leg, and he missed it to the right. So a good drive for the Pirates. Comes up empty with 10:35 to go, and the Sewanee Tiger defense will come on. The Sewanee Tiger offense will come on the field. The Pirate defense will take the field.
And just going back to that drive, just those last 3 plays, you had a negative play on first down, really hurt the squad. And that second down running play didn't go anywhere. And then really, once you had that 3rd down play coming up and you had Sims backing up into the pocket, the pressure was getting to him. He tried to do his best job of just avoiding the pressure and trying to find something with it, but unable to do so. And unfortunately for the Pirates, that drive ends up with nothing.
So Sewanee under sophomore quarterback Cam Beasley, we imagine. They've got several listed on the roster. Yeah, it is Beasley out there. 41 out of 67, 394 yards, couple of touchdowns, couple of interceptions. And he's going to hand it off up the middle and off left tackle out to across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Gained him about 4 yards on the play. Let's see who the ball carrier was here.
That was the freshman number 12, Barden Mixon there, Merle. He really stepped it up last week against Maryville, had his first career start, had 17 carries for 137 yards and 1 touchdown. So here today, expect him to have a big impact in this offense that, again, really has been struggling when it comes to in the losses they had. They just haven't been able to put points on the board. In the games they've won, we talked about it, they outscore opponents 74-6. So we'll see here. Yep.
Rolling right and going to tuck it under. Quarterback keeps himself out across the 30, out to the 31-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 3. Beasley with the ball carrier. He mixed it on the season, the running back, averaging 6.4 yards per carry, so he's dangerous.
And that's something the Pirates are going to have to be aware of, just the quarterback that can utilize his legs. We've talked about how good this defensive line is for the Pirates all year, but they've kind of been sputtering here in the past few weeks. It's going to be a big test for them here today to make sure that they control the ground game and don't allow any explosive plays behind them.
You're running, they just mixing in the backfield. He's going to come out to the left side. They're going to pass over to the right side, complete on the edge, and going to have the first down out to the 35-yard line. Sean Johnson, their leading wide receiver, hauling that one in. And Sewanee keeps the drive alive. First down out to the 35-yard line.
And that time, Southwestern just sitting in man coverage, and unfortunately, the receiver beats our guy, DJ James, out on the outside. He gets just enough for the first down.
First down, Tigers at the 35-yard line, their first drive of the afternoon. And off right side, trying to get the corner turn, and this time the Pirates are there. They swarm to the football, string it out, and 3 or 4 golden jerseys over there to knock Mixon out of bounds for a loss of a couple yards on the play. Good penetration, good read, and a nice play by the Southwestern defense.
Yeah, nice job by the defensive end there.
I was going to say it was good. That was Chooks Equimesi out there on the outside. We talk about it all the time, dominating the line of scrimmage. Chooks there pushes his right tackle back into the play and just changes the whole complexity of that play because now the running back has to go around that tackle, and then that just gets funneled into our defense.
Loss of a yard, so a negative play here puts him behind the chain. 2nd and 11 from the 34-yard line. Dropping back, looking pass right side, complete on the edge up to the 35, to the 40, breaking tackles, breaking free up the far sideline, to the 40, to the 35. This might be a touchdown, one man to beat. They can't get there, and touchdown Sewanee. Just dumped it off, and the speedy Sean Johnson did the rest with his legs up the far sideline, and the Tigers draw first blood.
Just a simple wide receiver screen to the outside there, Merle. You had the offensive line baiting the defensive line to come up and make the play. They did. Once they happened, the offensive line was out there lead blocking for Johnson, and Johnson doing the rest with his speed, avoiding tacklers and finding his way all the way to the end zone. A huge touchdown there for the Tigers, and really not how you wanted to start defensively at all for the Pirates.
Levi Dorsey on for the point after attempt. He is 8 out of 9 in PATs. Kick is up, and kick is good. So 7:54 to go first quarter. Sewanee, after getting the stop on defense after the missed field goal, take it down the field and score on a little swing pass out to the edge, and they take a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, that's definitely, if you're Coach McCollum, that's how you want to start this game. Give the ball to the Pirates. Your defense makes a great stop, doesn't allow any points. Then your offense goes out there, only 4 plays, and puts the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, so the Pirates are going to have to regroup. They move the ball. That's the silver lining. They're able to move the ball. But just weren't able to get any points on the drive.
And so with that, we were able to move the ball with Sims as quarterback. What's going to be interesting to see here, what we see. Is it going to be Sims again, or are they going to bring in Jacob Smith?
Give a shout out to my mom tuned in from the great state of Illinois, listening with her friend Bev Hilgert. Email's open, SUPiratesFB, SUPiratesFB@gmail.com if you want to give a shout out. Welcome aboard the Sewanee fans as well. So Dorsey set to kick it away. We'll see how the Pirate offense responds here.
Yeah, Pirate offense, they've got to lift their defense up there. I'm sure that felt like a little bit of like last week with that big chunk play for a touchdown.
Going to be a short kick. Fielded at the 9, up to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, up the near sideline, 25 out to the 30. And the Pirates will start this drive. Actually, probably, it was a good second effort to fall across the 30-yard line. And Southwestern will have good field position to start this drive.
I like what we're seeing out of Devin Phillips, the return man. No fair catches here this week. Saw a lot of fair catches last week just to establish field position at the 25. But for the Pirates, Devin Phillips is one of your most explosive players. Let him get loose. You never know what can happen, especially on a kickoff like that.
Yeah, you heard Coach talk about Devin Phillips in the pregame interview, talking about using him as a wide receiver, getting a good athlete on the field, and doing a good job on the returns. Averaging 22.2 yards on kickoff returns, and you can see why. He pushed that one out to the 31-yard line. And pass left side complete on the edge of the 35 and out to about the 38-yard line.
Yeah, nice little easy tosses, trying to get Sims in some kind of rhythm.
It was a tight end, Jacob Washburn, hauling that one in for a gain of about 6 on the play, 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, you have Washburn lining up on the line of scrimmage there. You have the receiver coming in motion. You had 3 receivers over there essentially, and Washburn finds himself open out in the flats, and a great little short pitch and catch, like Trey was saying, out to Washburn just to get a good first down play.
It also helps that offensive line to get that pass out quickly.
Yeah, because you don't have to hold your block as long.
Sims in the shotgun. Receiver coming in motion left to right. Play action pass, looking. Now stepping up, got some running room. Keeps his eyes downfield, got a receiver open. Near side complete to the 42-yard line and out of bounds. That young man had a nice game last week. Sorry, this is Harris Gilliam hauling in. That's his 2nd catch of the afternoon.
Yeah, Harris Gilliam's been very impressive here in his freshman campaign in the 2025 season. Right there, another example of it. He sees Sims out there struggling, scrambling, and out there really just doing the most. And so Gilliam stays open and finds the receiver.
Pirates on the move again at the 43-yard line, trying to tie this thing up. One receiver left, one on the near side. Tyson Williams on the carry, and he's going to be knocked down at the 41-yard line after a couple of yard pickup. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 8 here for the Pirates.
And the Pirates haven't had much success so far, at least establishing that run game, but you can't abandon it. Keep going to it. One of these plays here, it's going to bust open, and it's going to allow you to really, truly open up that passing game.
Sims in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, nobody to the near side. Tigers showing blitz, picked up. They run right through it, out across the 40 and pushing it out to about the 43-yard line. A hard-earned 3 or 4 yards there for Tyson Williams, and sets up a manageable 3rd down.
And a great job by the offensive line there, picking up that blitz. They were communicating before the snap. An even better job by Williams letting the blocks develop. With all those blitzing linebackers and stunts happening, you really have to be patient as a running back, and we saw Williams do it there and got a good gain.
Malcolm Shaw and Jaden Nagy on the stop for the Tigers. 3rd down, let's call it 4 from the Tigers' 37-yard line. Trips wide left, 2 to the near side. Empty back set for Sims. Sims dropping back. Pass left side. Threw it behind his receiver. Had him open. Would have been good for the 1st down. And now a decision to make here. I think you're going to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, I think you definitely got to go for it there. But what a play call defensively there from the Sewanee. You're showing blitz. You're showing a 6-man blitz and then man coverage all on the outside. And then you go back and you're actually getting zone coverage. And that really, I think, had Sims a little flustered back there just reading that.
Yeah, he just needed to wait just a half a beat.
Devin Phillips in the backfield now. Look for a swing pass to him, perhaps, or a little wheel route. Trips in a triangle off the right side. 1 receiver wide left. Looking, fires over to the right side. Complete on the edge. Can he pick up the yardage after the play? Digging forward. It's going to be going to depend on the spot. Where the officials are coming in, I don't think so.
The far side ref says no.
The near side ref says yes.
Yeah.
He's saying
and they're
yes
giving
right
it
here.
to him.
Yep.
He had the closer look. Good effort after the catch.
Fantastic
Great effort by Washburn there. He was carrying dudes on his back.
Yeah, I got a little worried whenever he stepped back to try to get to the yards because the refs sometimes won't let you get that forward position.
And a nice job by Sims getting rid of the football. He was in trouble.
I thought he was just dumping it out just to avoid the sack at that point, but he actually had Washburn open.
Picked up the 1st down at the 33-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the near side. Pirates a man shy. You don't want to start a play without number 18 on the field.
You got to be careful here because of the shot clock. Good grief.
That's actually 10 that came in late. I thought he looked a little short for.
Because of that, they had to call
Grayton Thompson.
timeout.
Yeah, timeout.
Yeah, I mean, that's smart on Sewanee's part. Whenever you see that late in the clock like that, sub somebody in.
Right.
Right, because you have a certain amount of time to be able to do it, and you can get that. You can get them to call the timeout or get the delay of game call.
The old Dabo Sweeney play. He does that quite a bit out there in Clemson.
He does. Hasn't worked too well this year for him.
4:16 to go, first quarter. Sewanee up 7-0. Pirates trying to tie it up. I know it's early. There's 4 minutes to go, first quarter. But
I just didn't want to give him the extra point, man.
No, I was going to say, this is important for the Pirates to tie this thing up here.
It really is, Merle, because when you think about the offense coming back out for Sewanee, they were able to score so quickly that obviously is a threat again. The Pirates need to put points on the board here, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown, just to have some type of momentum here in this game.
So first down after the timeout. Pirates first, obviously. They've got 2 timeouts remaining. Williams back in the backfield with Sims. Receiver coming in motion left to right. And rolling to his right, Sims just throws it up here to the near side, just has to throw that one away. That play just looked discombobulated from the start. Thompson, the nearest man to it, but had no chance to make that catch. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he had Sims showing the run one way, his running back's going the other way, and the blitzers are coming right through the offensive line. It was just good for Sims to get rid of that and live to fight another down.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 33.
But not the play you want to see after coming out of a timeout
Exactly,
either.
yeah. 2 receivers left, 2 to the near side. Dropping back. Nope, draw play up the middle. And Tigers read it well, but bouncing off a tackle is Williams out on the 26-yard line. Man, the Sewanee Tigers had that played well, but Tyson Williams refused to go down.
Yeah, they had a perfect play call. You had the outside linebacker, number 32, Brody Sanderson, coming with the blitz. He was unaccounted for. He could have made the play in the backfield, but Williams just was able to sneak away from him and get a great gain on that one and make this a really good manageable here, 3rd and short.
3rd down and 3 from the Tiger 26-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 to the near side. Sims, play action, looking left. Receiver wide open, caught, into the end zone, touchdown Pirates. Hauling that one in was, I think it was Christian Murray, wasn't it? Number
Christian
10?
Murray, the freshman of Houston, Texas, found the opening right up the seam. Great play action call there. You have this zone coverage from Sewanee, and then up the seam you have Christian Murray going wide open into the end zone, tumbling and Billy bobbing his way into the end zone. Great job.
You know, it's funny. If we had a booth camera, what people would see is the play happens, and TJ and I immediately have to look through our binoculars to see who it is.
Yeah, my eyesight isn't what it used to be, Merrill.
Extra point attempt is up. And we just said the Pirates needed to respond and tie it up, and they do with 3:30 to go. We're tied up 7-7 and sort of reset the football game here.
Yeah, that just makes you take a big, deep breath there and say, okay, we're back into this. This isn't going to be just like last week. We got offensive points on the board, and now it's going back to the defense. Let's go make a stop. Let's play how we played earlier in the season and get the ball back to this offense so we can keep the train going.
Yeah, that was one of the things last week. They just could not respond on offense. Just didn't respond to the big plays. It just felt like it just took the air out of them. That time, responding to the big play, going out there. What a throw into the seam there. Just a fantastic throw by Sims.
And when you think about it, too, a 4th down play where Washburn has to go get those extra yards, that touchdown doesn't happen without Washburn making that play.
Yeah.
So a great job overall on that drive by everyone involved. And going back to it, that play action was set up because of Williams and him starting to get going on the ground. So that is going to be something to keep a watch on here as the game keeps going.
Well, and that's what you want to see out of everybody on the team. Everybody gives effort. That's going to permeate through everybody.
Kickoff is going to be fair catch, a very late fair catch at the goal line. That ball's in the air a long, long time. So the Sewanee Tigers with 3:30 to go in the first quarter, all tied up 7-7. Their offense comes back out on the field.
And now we need that defense to pick up, right?
Yeah.
We need that defense to pick up from where the offense lifted them up.
It goes back to what Coach Creasel said in the pregame interview with Chuck. Do your assignment. Execute at a high level. Screens like that, we've been able to defend it well all season long. There's no reason why we shouldn't have been able to defend that one either. I think that one right there is Sewanee taking a play out of Trinity's playbook from last week. We saw a lot of those swing passes have a lot of success, so the Pirates likely didn't want to have the same issues, but because of that screen pass, because of the extra blockers, they were able to find the crease and for the touchdown.
So
Well, it's also what Coach was talking about, right? Play 4 quarters, and what that really means is play every play.
hand off to Mixon up across the 25-yard line. Much better job that time of clogging the hole there for the Pirate defense. And getting up in the bottom of the pile. Is that Anthony?
Jalen Levine.
Yeah, Jalen Levine. You got Chooks. You got Rhino. Whole host of them down there. And you see here this week the Pirates electing to go with the 4-man front. We saw the 3-man defensive line front last week, but here wanting to stop this run game for Sewanee, go with the 4-man.
Gain of a yard, 2nd down and 9 from the 26-yard line. Dropping back to pass, quarterback draw. Bounces to the right, cuts back up in the middle. Is going to be wrapped up and dropped. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, if that.
It looks like they're going to give him a yard.
But a nice job there by the Pirate defense reacting and not letting the quarterback break free.
No, and that play right there happens because of Jalen Levine. He's got
again,
on
yeah.
his center. He doesn't allow any movement from the center, and then allows all of his teammates to then come and swarm. You saw Rhino go in and make the tackle, and now huge 3rd down play coming up.
Such a big difference when it's 3rd down and long to 3rd down and short, TJ.
No, 100%.
3rd and 7 coming up from the 27-yard line. One receiver right, 2 to the near side. Dropping back, looking. Good protection this time. Now the pocket breaks down, rolls to his right, steps up, and is going to be knocked out at the 34-yard line.
About a yard short
About a
there.
yard shy. On the stop for the Pirates was Caleb Harmon, the sophomore.
We'll see what Coach McCollum wants to do.
No
It looks like
way.
the punting unit is coming out. I don't know. I think maybe try and get the Pirates to jump here in this
Yeah.
situation.
Got to stay disciplined here.
If this holds and this punt goes off, what a stop there by the Pirates defense.
Mm-hmm. Levi Dorsey is their punter as well, averaging 35.53 yards per punt. He'll hit this one from about his own 25-yard line. Low snap, goes and gets it, and gets a low line drive kick. Fielded at the 19-yard line. And good job on the special teams there. Coming down the field hustling with Logan McGinnis.
Another one of those freshmen, Merle, this one out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Did a great job going by his blocker and not allowing Devin Phillips any room to run right there.
Because if he gets by him, he's got some space, and who knows what can
Had
happen.
a lot of space there, but he was just swarmed too quickly.
Well,
by
you
two
got
Tigers.
and you got through 2 blockers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really great play.
So 1st and 10 Pirates with 1:21 to go in the opening quarter, tied up 7-7.
It's the worst field position we've had to start here so far here on our 3rd drive, but we got to build on that momentum from the previous one and move down the field here.
Stick with that run game.
1 receiver left, 2 to the near side.
And the Tigers bringing down the safety here, stacking the box.
Hand off to Williams, up the middle, and second effort pushes it out to about the 20. Still Rugby piling it forward. Look at those golden jerseys pushing up there. 2-yard pickup turned into about a 4-yard pickup. 2nd down and 6 coming up.
And that makes my former offensive lineman heart so happy, Merle, seeing that push, seeing that rugby scrum. And it's really just about attitude. It's about a culture that you've built out there. And we've had questions about this offensive line all year.
Right.
But here today, they're trying to prove that they're not who we think they are. They're a different unit, different beast out there.
Jackson Sims in the shotgun again. 2nd and 6 coming up from the 21-yard line. 1 receiver left, 2 to the near side. Play action. Sims, pass right side, and miscommunication there. He had 3 receivers open and managed to throw it between all 3 of them.
Yeah, lots of receivers open out there, Merle. I don't know how or where Sims was looking on that one. I think, he just saw, maybe he couldn't see with the blitz coming in, but yeah, a lot of options there. But unfortunately for the Pirates, wasn't able to connect.
And he had time there, too.
Lots
to
of time,
take-
yeah.
I think he thought his receiver was going to go right, and the receiver went left.
I think he zigged when he should have zagged.
Yep. So 3rd and 6 from the 21-yard line. 2 receivers near side, 1 wide left again for Sims. Play action. And intercepted. Coming back to the 20, to the 15, and tripped up at the 11-yard line. Sims saving a touchdown, but a pickoff by number 33. That's their leading tackler, Balint Rendesi. And he set the Tigers in business here at the Pirate 12-yard line.
The sophomore linebacker was showing blitz there, Merle, and like what we've seen all day so far, they show the blitz and then go back into coverage. Washburn was open over the middle, and that's what Sims saw. But whenever the linebacker went back, Rendesi went back into coverage, he wasn't. A very athletic play by the sophomore linebacker to jump up, contort his body, and make that play and then get some good yards after catch. But the turnover battle, that's something we've harped on all year, Merle. The Pirates have to win that if they want to come out on top. And here so far, the Tigers 1-0 on the turnover battle, looking to capitalize here.
A great field position at the Pirate 12 with 36 ticks on the clock in this opening quarter.
It's a good test for the defense here. Great opportunity.
Yep. Beasley in the shotgun. Has Mixon lined up behind him. Bay pattern left side and caught, touchdown. One play and they make him pay for it. On the receiving end, Dyer Barnes, a junior wide receiver, and Sewanee has reclaimed the lead 13-7.
Just a quick hitting play. You have Barnes there on the outside, a simple out route. beats his man on the coverage. Our guy doesn't even get his head around. A great throw. Touchdown Tigers.
That's something you mentioned last week that we noticed several times. You got to get your head turned around. Got to try to find that ball.
And that's something that great quarterbacks will see in film. If the defenders are not getting their head around, they're going to want to take advantage of that. And right there, in the red zone especially, you can take advantage of that rather quickly.
Levi Dorsey for the PAT. The kick is up. Low line drive kick, and he missed it. So mark that down for later. 13-7.
Every point's important, Morrow.
That's
you
right.
never know.
That's why I didn't count the first extra point.
Just
I knew
predicting
that was
the
going to
future.
happen. Yep.
Nostradamus.
Yep. No, that time it was a great opportunity for them. Just couldn't get any pressure in the backfield. Nice throw. He actually threw the ball before the wide receiver actually cut to the outside. So great play.
So it'll be interesting coming out to see. Likely will stick with Sims. He's playing well today. Just made that one bad decision on that pass. But so far, Sewanee is doing a great job defensively of mixing up their play calls. Yep. They're doing a lot of stunts. They're blitzing almost every play, but they're changing up who's blitzing, and that's causing a lot of trouble so far from a communication aspect with the offensive line, with the running backs, and like we saw there on the last interception with Sims.
Other games in the conference today. Rhodes hosting Millsaps. That should be underway. Maryville College hosting our next week's opponent, Center, getting underway right about now. And Berry taking on Trinity. That'll be a big matchup tonight at 6 o'clock out in Georgia.
Yeah, last year that was the conference championship type of game.
Line drive kick is going to sail into and out of the end zone, and the Pirate offense will come on the field here. 32 seconds to go, trailing again, 14-7.
So nothing should change here offensively for the Pirates. Keep doing what you're doing. The ground game, the running game is really opening up. And now just continue working, continue trusting your playmakers.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting point that you brought up. Are you going to bring Sims out after that turnover? Because you got to send the message that taking care of the ball is critical.
And it looks like no. Yeah, Smith is out there. Jacob Smith.
Jacob Smith is out there.
Sending that message, Trey.
Smith on the season, 29 of 41, 466 yards, 4 touchdowns and a pick. What he can do, 28, 165 yards, 5.9 yards per carry with his legs. That's the difference. And you see him run right away up to the 25, going to be wrapped up and spins forward to about the 27-yard line. First man there was Troy Holloway, and Tigers are saying they stripped the ball away, but it was blown dead.
And they were grabbing at that ball the whole time that Smith was running. Smith just held on to it long enough for the refs to say forward progress was stopped. But to your point, Merle, Smith can do a lot of great things on the ground. He led Southwestern in rushing last week with 60 yards, and he led the week before against TLU too. So he does a really good job with his legs, but he can also throw the ball.
And we have reached the end of the first quarter. Frustrating first quarter for the Pirates. They played well overall, but find themselves trailing 14-7. The turnover battle not going the Pirates' way. And let's send it. Let me get him queued up here. We'll send it down to Mr. Crazy down to the sideline. Chuck, what do you got for us?
Well, if you look at it, there's really only been 2 or 3 big plays by Sewanee. The Pirates offensively have been able to move the football. One drive resulting in a missed field goal, and the second, the touchdown. So, not time to hit the panic button yet, but you do need to get in a position to protect that football better. Credit number 33 and the defense of Sewanee is they kind of set Sims up on that play.
Yeah, I totally agree. As we get ready for quarter number 2, 13-7. Tigers on top of the Pirates.
I think that's a good call by Chuck because TJ pointed at that as well, that they're changing things up, making it a little tough on the quarterback. You got to be able to read that stuff and then adapt to it.
So second down and 8, Southwestern moving from right to left now. A bit of a, I was going to say a breeze at their back, but the flags on the pole to our left are hanging straight down now. That wind is gone. 85 degrees in Georgetown. Trips here in a triangle on the near side. Smith dropping back, quarterback draw. Looking for running room, bounce to the outside and can't find any. Flung hard to the turf by Max Grumbles. That might be one of my favorite defensive names of all time, Max Grumbles.
Max Grumbles, he rumbled his way through there and made the tackle. Smith doing a little too much dancing with his feet, not hitting the hole hard. If he would have hit the hole, I think he would have at least gotten a few more yards out of that one.
Instead, it's a 3rd and 7. Pirates come out in the same formation. Let's see if he puts it up this time. Third down and 7. Fumble on the exchange, and he manages to pick it up, rolling to his left, trying to buy some time, directing some traffic, dumps it off, and throws it away, and he had a receiver open underneath.
Yeah, Graydon Thompson was right there the whole time he was scrambling out, Merle. I thought maybe Smith was going to try and find him, but he wasn't able to do so, and that would have been a first down for the Pirates.
But, that play blown up by the dropped exchange, and Southwestern will have to punt it away here with 14-10 to go first half.
And that time right there, we've seen Sewanee out in a 4-2 this whole time, but that time on the long third down play came out in a 3-4 and really just gave a lot of issues for that Pirate front. We had the exchange with the fumble, and Smith tried to get the first down but wasn't able to do so.
A.J. McLemore back to receive the punt, respecting the leg. He's way back, and it's actually a short, high punt. Takes a Pirate roll, but rolls out of bounds at about the 41-yard line, give or take. So that one only about a 30-yard punt, and Sewanee already up 13-7 will get the football back, trying to build a 2-possession lead here.
Yeah, special teams not doing any favors for the Pirates here so far today. The missed field goal earlier, and then the shanked punt there. 30 yards isn't a shank, but for his standards,
Yes,
that's definitely not what we're used to seeing.
And I'm really surprised Smith didn't try to do something with his legs there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a lot of green grass in front of him.
Just sort of felt like that dropping the ball kind of threw him out of whack maybe a little bit, which is understandable out there when you have a bunch of big, gigantic dudes trying to chase you down.
Here comes Beasley in the Tiger offense. 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Swing pass left side, complete on the edge, and not much running room. Knocked out of bounds at about the 45 after a short 1-yard pickup.
And a great job there on the outside by number 11, Gilbert Anderson,
Yeah.
the third. Did a great job. We saw those swing passes do a lot of damage last week, like we said before. But this time Anderson fights through that block, doesn't allow the receiver to get to the outside, and allows a minimal gain there.
Yeah, use the sideline as another defender.
The 12th man, right?
2nd and 9 from the 45. Beasley, play action. Pressure coming from the edge, steps up through the pressure. Now he's in trouble and going to be stacked up and hit hard at the 46-yard line. I think that was Jalen Levine made that first contact.
He had great pressure from the outside from number 42, Brennan Sewanee. Did a great job just getting through the blocker, flushing the quarterback up. And like you said, Merle, Jalen Levine gets there, lets the rest of his squad get there. And that's something that I like a lot right there, just seeing everyone swarm on the quarterback.
Yep.
We didn't see a lot of that last week. So it's a great job by the defensive line, not allowing a big gain on the scramble.
Big play coming up here for the Pirate defense. 3rd and 8, chance to make a stand and get off the field.
Be careful not to line up off sides. There we go.
There you go. Beasley dropping back. Pressure coming from the edge again. He's going to be stacked up, and he's going to be sacked. Well, he might get back to the line of scrimmage, but it's going to be a stop either way.
Yeah, just great job by the ends coming up and pinching him into the inside.
Rhino right there to wrestle him to the turf.
And the big man, Marion Williams, Jack, coming through. And it was a 5-man front. It was one-on-one, basically a big-on-big situation from the offensive defensive line. Rhino beats his man, gets down the quarterback down. Probably won't get the sack on the stats, but he does get the tackle and forces a punt here.
So a nice stand by the Pirate defense. They could not afford to go down two scores here. Dorsey set to punt it away and angles it towards the sideline. Phillips going to field it at the 10. Going to try to return this one. Gets some blocks on the edge, got some good speed, cuts it up at the 15, and falls forward to about the 18-yard line. So Southwestern to start this drive, 1st down and 10 from their 18. 11:56 to go first half, still down by 6 at 13-7.
Another great return from Phillips there. I thought maybe he was going to call a fair catch down around the 10-yard line, but did a good job getting those extra yards there and giving his team more room to breathe here.
Start of the second quarter, Maryville over Center, 7-6 your score in that contest.
And Maryville's a team that entered the SAA, made the playoffs last year in their former conference. So that's going to be an interesting game to watch here next, especially for next week's purposes, Merle. The next 2 weeks, honestly.
Next 2 weeks, yeah. All right, so Sims back in a quarterback. Swing pass to the right side, out to the 15, out across the 20. Breaking tackles out to the 24-yard line. finds Graydon Thompson for about a 6-yard pickup, 2nd down and 4.
And there's a Pirate receiver down. He got rolled up on pretty nastily out there, Merle, and he's holding around his ankle, it looks like.
And I hope that's not Graydon Thompson.
That's Harris Gilliam.
That's Harris Gilliam.
Yeah, that was Thompson who made the catch, and then Thompson was then pushed into the blocker, Gilliam.
Yeah, that's one of those getting rolled up on. Just it happens so much in football.
Yeah. It was
Especially on these turf fields.
Yeah, there's no give when it comes to these turf fields. That's why we see a lot of teams going back to grass fields. Texas, they're going back to grass next season. Most of the SEC, they have grass fields.
That just makes my old man heart just sing.
Yeah, it just makes you feel good, right?
Yeah.
Well, and also with all the injuries in the NFL in terms of Achilles, and I think the turf has a lot to do with that.
See, back in the day, the issue was y'all were playing on concrete and just had a little sliver of turf on the top of it, and they were playing in basketball shoes back in like the 90s and the 80s. But the turf nowadays has no give compared to that.
They were wearing leather helmets and playing with real pigs.
No kidding.
I remember when I was going to UT way too many years ago, they would open up Memorial Stadium so you could go out and play football, goof around down during the day.
You could like run on the track, right?
Yeah,
back in the day.
So we went out there, had a pickup football game. I couldn't even get out of bed the next day. My back hurt so bad. That stuff was brutal.
That was back when they had Bevo #1, right, Merle?
Yeah, that's right. So they're still tending to the injured Pirate down on the field.
Yeah, coach out there with him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he went immediately to his lower body, that ankle area.
Little known fact, Merle was one of the students at the University of Texas that corrected the 13-0 tattoo or brand that was put on by the Aggies.
Yeah.
So he's the reason that we call him Bevo.
That was all me, Chuck. You're right. The secret's out.
Yeah, Chuck and Darryl Royal, good buds. Yeah, staying down a while. This is never fun to see.
No.
And I thought at first it was his knee, but the way he was just grabbing at his ankle looked like that could be it.
I like seeing this. Good sportsmanship over there.
But with how Gilliam's played, he's definitely not someone that you want down for the Pirates.
Yeah, you hate to see that. It looks like they're working on the right ankle.
Yeah, they're calling for the. Yep.
Well, why don't we go ahead and take a break, Trey? And 11:43 to go first half, 13-7 Pirates trail. And we've got an injury timeout of the field. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching Southwestern Pirates football on the Vype Live Network.
Yeah, he's still down on the field out there.
And welcome back to Birkelbach Field. And they've just gotten Harris Gilliam up onto the cart. And he's got the right foot in a walking cast. So we certainly wish Harris Gilliam, freshman wide receiver out of Canyon Lake, just south of Austin, having a good ball game thus far, good season thus far, and hopefully he can get that taken care of.
Yep, Michael giving us a good shot of the team here.
And he was giving the thumbs up, so
Oh, that's great.
it's always good to
That's
see.
good to see. So 2nd down and 4 coming up as they get the cart off the field and take Harris Gilliam away for care. Pirates got to regroup and get their head back in the football game here now. 2nd down and 4 from their own 23-yard line. 11:43 to go first half.
They got to regroup here mentally.
Yep. Sims in the shotgun. Play action, pass over to the right side. Complete. Oh, incomplete. Had the receiver open. Try to get it down to Thompson.
Just great coverage there by number 20, Jalen Mack. A perfectly timed knockout there with the ball. Yeah, like you said, I thought it was a completed pass, but Mack gets there just in time to make contact with Thompson and knock the ball out.
One of the better-looking balls that Sims has thrown. He put it right out in the hands.
No, it's just a great defensive play.
And sets up a 3rd down and 4 here for the Pirates.
And it would have been a great response offensively for the Pirates,
Yeah.
especially after everything that just happened.
So trips here to the near side. One receiver wide right for Sims. Play action again. Pressure coming. Steps up. Fires over to the right side. Caught out to the 35-yard line to the 37. And Southwestern moves the chains. Number 17 on the reception. That's Reese Kutcher.
He's going to be someone that needs to step up with
Yep.
the absence of Harris Gilliam, and Couture already gets his first catch of the day. Had some last week against Trinity, and he gets a perfect one there that moves the sticks for the Pirates.
That was a big 3rd down pickup for Southwestern. They've got it now at the 37-yard line. 4 receivers here to the near side. 1 wide right. Empty back set for Sims. Yeah, swing pass. There it was. Chuck talked about it. Rolling to the right. Smith is going to tuck it under and run and knock that about the 39-yard line. They set that up. Jacob Smith, the other quarterback, receiving that, but he was looking to throw down the field, but Sewanee had it defended well. Smith just picked up what he could.
It looked like the wide receiver was open, but Smith was getting a lot of pressure on him.
You had Malcolm Shaw, the DB,
Yeah.
the safety, top of the screen. He had the bead on the receiver, but to your point, the receiver did have a lot of space around him, but all that pressure didn't allow Smith to get that ball off.
Does pick up 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 7 from the 40-yard line. Sims. Draw play, right side. Nice run this time. 45. And Williams bounced to the outside of the 45 to the 40. To the 35, steps out of bounds on the 36-yard line, then takes a hit. And look to me, Williams is trying to come out of the game. He looked like he slowed up a little bit.
That was actually Smith right
That
there,
was Smith
Merle.
running. I'm sorry.
Smith was running back there, doing what we've seen him do really well, take his time and find the open hole. And no, he was just slowing down there to try and maybe draw a little bit penalty and get a little extra yardage out of it. He's still in the game.
I hate these uniforms.
Well, in the 7 and the number 2, they don't exactly look
Right.
too different, right? So,
But a nice pickup.
and
Nice pickup for the guy in the yellow jersey.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
and
Trips
now
here to the near side at the 37-yard line. One receiver wide right. And straight ahead running this time. And this is 22 on the carry. The new ball, first carry, I believe, of the day for Devin Baylor.
Devin Baylor, they call him Deuce. He's done a lot of great things this season. It's kind of sputtered here in the past few weeks, but a great first down run right there for him to get things going here against Sewanee.
So Pirates mixing it up nicely. Baylor stays in the ball game behind Sims. First down and 10 at the 27-yard line. Baylor again, this time to the left side, and then breaks tackles, gets it inside the 25-yard line. That is a hard-earned couple of yards because the Tigers had him stacked up for no gain.
The fact that Deuce got anything out of that
Right.
one is super impressive. He was met immediately at the line of scrimmage by the defensive end for the Tigers. That was number 34, Maddox Balias. But Baylor gets out of that one and gets at least a positive gain out of it.
Picks up, they give him 3 actually. It's a 2nd down and 7 from the 24.
Oh, this is another scenario where they could sub in. Yep, it's going to do it.
2 seconds on the play clock. They just do get the snap off. Swing pass left side to Thompson. Breaking a tackle inside the 20, 50. He's going to go. Touchdown, Pirates.
Great blocking by the wide receivers there on that outside screen.
A simple screen pass, great blocking, and explosive speed from Graydon Thompson. That's the recipe for success for the Pirates on that touchdown. And the Pirates looking to go up here now 1 with 8:20 left in the second.
And I tell you what, TJ, if you don't get him down right at the point of reception, you're not going to get him down.
And with Graydon Thompson, we've seen it all year long. His ability to get out of the tackles, fight through blocks, and everything that a receiver can only dream to be. And Graydon Thompson, he's a all-inclusive package at the wide receiver position.
Yeah, he's the king of the yak.
Extra point attempt is up, and it is good from Chase Lanham. And the Pirates lead for the first time today with 8:20 to go in the first half, 14-13. A nice response, especially after the injury and having to kind of regroup and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, with injuries like that, especially ones where your teammate gets carted off the field, you never know how a team's going to respond, especially when it comes to the mental aspect of everything. But the Pirates did a great job moving the ball down the field, deep on their side of the field, all the way over here onto the Tiger side of the field.
That's a good point. That drive started at, the 12, I think, or something like that?
And at the time, we were still only around the 23-yard line when the injury happened.
Right.
Yeah, and speaking of the injury, it was good to see him. I watched over there, and he was able to get off the cart. Didn't walk on his own.
Right.
Right, but they didn't have to take him in there on a stretcher.
That's good to see. So 14-13, Pirates on top.
Let's go, boys.
Well, they will get the football to start the second half, so it would be nice to get a stop here and get a second score.
Yeah, stopping a quick score would be amazing if you're a Pirate fan.
Kickoff is going to sail into and out of the end zone, and Sewanee will take over first down 10 at the 25-yard line.
If you're the Pirates here, you want to try and create a turnover. We've talked about winning the turnover battle. Right now, Sewanee's winning at 1-0 because of the interception that led to a score a play later. Here, after a great drive previously defensively, you forced a 3-and-out. Your defensive line did a great job stalling that quarterback play. Try and get a turnover here. Let's play great coverage down the field and try and rip the ball out of the running back's hands.
Yeah, or send those blitzers in.
That's one thing we haven't seen here today is a lot of blitz packages. The Pirates staying in that base front.
So first down and 10 for the Tigers at their own 25-yard line.
New quarterback.
Yeah. Trying to see which one this is.
Number 9.
That would be Jacorin Thomas. Swing pass left side, complete on the edge of the 25-yard line. Up to the 30, one man to beat. It's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Nice play there by Cam Roberson on the stop.
And a similar screen pass that we saw to the outside. Anderson tried to keep it from bouncing out to the outside. Wasn't able to do so there. Good job by the receiver breaking through that tackle.
Yeah, McLemore picking up 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4.
And that's the critical to that play is getting the ball out quickly. Nicely done there by the quarterback.
Thomas in the shotgun. Straight ahead handoff. Running room left side to the 45 to the 50 and into Pirate territory. Knocked out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Barton Mixon hard running. And Sewanee back on the move.
And Mixon, we haven't really called his name since that first drive. But there, gets a great run. Springs forward to move the ball right at midfield.
Yeah, stepped out of bounds earlier than I thought he did. That's a bit of a silver lining. First down Tigers at the Pirate 50-yard line. Thomas stays in the game. Jacorin Thomas, a junior quarterback from Augusta, Georgia. Two receivers left, one to the near side. Hand off to Mixon, right up the gut, and going to be planted back after a 3-yard pickup. Running right into
Jameer Martin.
Yeah, leading the charge there. 3 Pirates involved in that stop. 2nd down and 7 coming up.
And that's someone that the Pirates defense has desperately missed for the past few weeks. Jameer Martin's been out with injury, and he's a leader here on this defensive squad. So the junior out of Cleveland, Texas, look for him to continue making big plays, especially right up the middle for this Pirates defense.
So 2nd down and 7 coming up from the Pirate 47. Thomas going to keep it himself, left side, and not much running room. Maybe falling forward for a yard or two before the Pirates swarming to the football and dragging him down from behind, getting up from the bottom of the pile there for Southwestern. That would be Noah Long, I believe.
It's interesting. He's Thomas is listed as their starting quarterback.
And Thomas there, if he would have just waited for his blocks to develop, he would have had a lot of room on the outside. He had 2 lead blockers from the running back position, but decided to go up inside, and the Pirates defensive line did a good job of stalling his run.
3rd and 5 coming up from the Pirate 45. Thomas going to run it again, left side, trying to get the corner turned, and cannot complete. It's going to bring up a 4th down and about 2, depending on the spot.
That feels like we're going to go for it on 4th down no matter what kind of play.
Yeah, that was just a play there to get some yards and make this a little bit more manageable here on 4th down.
Jameer Martin there to knock him out of bounds. 4th down and about 3.
At least trying to get the Southwestern defense to jump maybe with a hard count here. But if you can get this stop defensively for the Pirates, you set your offense up perfectly with a lot of time left.
That's
Huge
exactly
play coming
right.
up.
So Thomas in the shotgun, 4th and 3 from the Pirate 43. There was that hard snap count. Pirates stay home.
And it looks like McCollum's going to the ref. We may see a timeout.
Yep.
Well, timeout taken with 5:32 to go. Pirates up. We got our first email of the afternoon comes in from Cody Clinton. Wanting to give a shout out to number 73. That's offensive lineman Tristan Clinton, watching in Elizabethtown, Kentucky during a kitchen remodel. Go Pirates.
Oh, I wonder if he's going to be able to go to the game next week.
Yeah, that's right. Pirates playing at Center College in Kentucky next week. We will unfortunately not be broadcasting that one. You'll be able to find the link on southwesternpirates.com for the Center College link. Sophia Holloway writing in says, please give a shout out to Troy Holloway, number 11, with the following message. Keep killing it, Troy. Jeremiah 29:11. Love you so much. Love, Sophia Holloway. Message requested. Message delivered.
That's a Sewanee request there, Merle. Troy Holloway, the freshman of St. John's, Florida.
So we're even, 1-1.
Yeah.
Come on, Pirates fans.
And that just proves you don't take any tips or anything to
That's right.
do any type of shout-out.
That's true, yeah.
They're out.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I should. TJ just gave me an idea. 4th down and 3 from the 43-yard line. Thomas looking for running on the left side. He is not going to get there. Spun free for a second, but the second wave arrived and knocked him down. And we've got an injured Pirate on the play. I think it is Noah Long again. I don't want to speculate.
Chooks.
That is Chooks, yeah.
He got hit pretty hard.
Yeah, Chooks was right in the middle of all of that chaos happening right at the line of scrimmage, and Chooks is down.
Yeah, the friendly fire.
And they're waving for the cart already. Oh, no. Yeah.
Now they say hold off.
Okay. That's good to see. Yeah, he's moving his extremities. That's really good to see. Just with the haste of calling for the cart like that.
Yeah. Took a shot. The 6'4", 230-pound senior from Nigeria, from Canterbury International.
Has been a force in this Pirates defense throughout his whole 4-year career here.
I mean, you hate to see anybody get hurt, but I really hate it when seniors get hurt.
Yeah. Especially a guy like Chooks.
I would imagine for them to wait for it that quickly, he probably got knocked out.
Just the way he was laying there on the field looked a little suspect. Again, was moving his lower extremities, which is always a good sign.
I think he's rolled over on his back now. Parents' worst nightmare.
Oh, man.
We had the similar thing happen last year in Seguin with the TLU
right,
with Caleb Harmon. Obviously, Caleb Harmon, he's still good. He's playing this year, his sophomore year.
Well, you got a bunch of very large, strong men running at each other at a very high rate of speed.
Yeah.
You know, bad things happen sometimes.
And with Thomas, Thomas is listed at 6'2", 185, so he's a big dude too. And he's coming at you full speed with a 4-yard head start. It's a car crash every play.
Yep.
They're sitting him up, I think.
Yep.
Well, you can ask TJ, but no players like to go off on a cart.
No. I tore my ACL and walked off the field and went back into the game. I said, you're not doing anything with me when it comes to carting me off.
All right, he is on his feet. That is good to see. Hopefully
he
just got his bell rung pretty good.
You just take a Barbie Band-Aid, slap it on there?
It was actually a Bluey Band-Aid. Dora the Explorer.
All right, he's walking off the field, or not walking off the field. He's going to sit down on the cart, but he got there under his own power. And I would imagine they'll do the old concussion protocol thing here. And
Yeah, that's probably the last we're seeing of Chooks here today.
But good to see him get up because he went down pretty hard.
Great job by the training staff in both instances, getting out there quickly and attending to the players.
It's one of the things that's always, you see training staffs for both squads that go out there to help the players because it really is about the kids.
Well, Chooks comes off the field, but he helped with a 4th down stop to get the ball back to his Pirate offense. And they'll take over first down at the 42-yard line. The first down Pirates at the 42, trying to build a 2-possession lead here perhaps. Sims, play action pass, going for a all up the far sideline, got a receiver. What a catch, did he hang on to it? No. Ball came out at the very last second, trying to get it down the field to Thompson. With him stride for stride was Jalen Mack. And battling for the football, it came out at the last second, 2nd and 10.
And Thompson went at it with one hand. It looked like he had it all the way through contact, but right there at the end just comes out of his reach. And it would have been an amazing catch to put the Pirates in great field position.
Especially looking up into the sun. You see the the shadows going. He was looking back into the sunlight and almost hauled it in.
A good throw.
Very good throw. 2nd down and 10 from the 42. Sims, swing pass right side on the edge, complete to the 50, and makes the man miss, and will pick up the first down.
That looked like an RPO. And since they were playing so far off of him, just saw that out there and a nice quick hit.
Exactly right there, Trey. You have the corner playing so far off, you're going to take what you can get, and right there it's a quick hit for 5 yards. Couture does the rest, gets the rest with his legs, and first down Pirates.
His second nice catch of the afternoon.
Yeah, good read by the wide receiver as well, right? Yep. They both need to be on the same page there.
1st and 10 from the Tiger 47. Play action pass again. Sims rolling to his right. He's under pressure, just got rid of it. Had a receiver in the neighborhood, got outside the tackle box. So 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and the far side ref is saying that there was the receiver in the area. And I think, too, you could argue that Sims' arm was just messed up a little bit. They had the guy hanging on his back. So good job by Sims avoiding that sack there.
They got in the backfield quick there.
And there hasn't been a sack yet from the Sewanee defense, but they've gotten dangerously close multiple times.
Blake Garcia splitting out wide right. He had a good ball game last week.
Did you talk to his dad in the parking lot?
Yep. I didn't talk to anybody today. That's the problem. Straight ahead handoff. Up the middle. 45 to the 40. Dragon tacklers inside the 40. Still on his feet to the 35. And a nice hard run. Just grabbing for that football. Now we got a rugby scrum, and it's still going. Finally down at about the 30-yard line.
Devin Bailey was touched, or Devin Baylor was touched 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, Merle. He ended up getting 10 more yards after that and then had the rugby scrum to boot. What a run there by Baylor, doing a great job here of just powering his way through and getting these yards for his team.
He actually went down to the 30. They say his forward progress to stop at the 33-yard line. Somebody needs to look up forward progress in the dictionary. First down at the 33-yard line. Sims. Bailey again off right tackle. He's going to be stacked up at the line of scrimmage this time. Sewanee swarms the football and knocks him down. On the stop was Troy Holloway along with Max Grumbles.
The first time Deuce hasn't gotten a positive gain here today, and Deuce is going to come off the field, and Tyson Williams coming back in.
2nd and 10 coming up from the 33-yard line. 3:40 to go. Clock moving. Pirates up by 1.
The Pirates are going to take their time here. They don't want to leave too much time on the clock. Obviously, they do want to put points on the board, but you don't want to have the Sewanee offense have them enough time to score.
One receiver to the right, two to the near side. Sims, handoff. Williams, bounce it to the right side. Inside the 30, the 25, down to the 23-yard line. Nifty footwork there by Tyson Williams.
And unlike Devin Baylor, who's more so a downhill running back, Tyson Williams, he's very shifty, like you were saying, Merle. He's the ability to cut in and out of the whole fine yardage just by being shifty and getting positive yards, gets his team another first down.
Yeah, just a great jump cut there.
Samuel Williams checking in, number 11, the tight end, settling in the right slot. Two receivers right, two to the near side. First down, Pirates at the 23. Southwestern on the move. Sims hands it off Williams, off left tackle, breaking tackles inside the 20, inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line, dragging people with him, hanging on for dear life was Malcolm Shaw. But the Pirate offense has found a rhythm here.
That's the first time today we've seen any type of power action, any type of pulling out of the backfield. You had the tight end, Samuel Williams, as the lead blocker coming around the left side, and all Williams had to do was follow him to get the 10 yards and another first down. And we may see the Pirates take this down to the 2-minute timeout here.
Yeah, I think so. I always like to try to get as many plays in as possible, but I think to TJ's point, you want to try to leave as few minutes left, even if you don't even walk away with points, which you definitely want to walk away with points, but even if you don't want a lot of time on the clock.
And old Bob Mask writing in says, proud of my grandson. Thank you, Mr. Mask. His grandson, of course, Nick Mask. He talked about that pulling tight end just a moment ago. That was something that Coach Mask drew up for that play.
And Coach Mask is really here. I mean, he's been involved with the offense since I've been here at Southwestern. I mean, he was a defensive guy. He was a linebacker during his time here. He was the original quarterback. We always say that. But as a player where he really made an impact was at the linebacker position. But his ability on the offensive side of the ball just to be uber creative with everything he does has shown all throughout his time coaching here, and we see another example of it there with the pulling tight end.
So the Pirates off to a slow start, but trying to punch it in here and take at least an 8-point lead into the locker room. Was Sewanee set to get the football at the second half. Speaking of halftime coming up, at halftime, we'll have a special guest here in the booth. It will be Southwestern's Director of Intercollegiate Activities, Mr. Ken Ralph, will join us. Talk about not just football, but all aspects of Southwestern Pirates football. TJ mentioned all the stuff going on across the campus today. Busy day. So looking forward to speaking with Mr. Ralph.
Yeah, it's a great time to be a Southwestern Pirate. Not just football, but every sport is doing really well here so far this year in the 2025 season. Swimming and diving, they're dominating. Golf is dominating. Soccer, both men's and women's are dominating. Volleyball, they're at the top of the conference. So a lot of great things happening.
1st and 10 Pirates after the 2-minute timeout. They've got the ball at the Tiger 13-yard line. Two receivers to the right, two to the near side. Sims, handoff Williams. Started up the middle, bounces left side of the 10 to the 5, head of steam into the end zone, touchdown Pirates. You want to talk downhill running. You could just see him like a snowball. The further he got, the tougher he was going to be to bring down.
Yeah, Williams just had that one jump cut there at the line of scrimmage to find room, and once he did that, he was going right through everyone like a train, going to its destination. Tyson Williams gets his first touchdown of the afternoon and puts the Pirates up by 7 here, looking to go up 8 after the extra point.
This is a big extra point here to make it an 8-point game.
Very different than last week's second half.
Yeah.
Yes. Lanham for the extra point. Kick is up. The kick is good. So 1:55 to go first half. Pirates up by 8. But now you got to make the stand here. Don't let them get a cheap one here before halftime.
I was going to say, Merle, I'm not big into conspiracy theories, but did Coach McCollum tell his defense after the 2-minute timeout, just let them score? We have 2 timeouts here. Let them score. We'll get the ball back. We'll have another chance with 1 minute 55 seconds left to go put points on the board with 2 opportunities to stop the clock. Did he tell them, let them score? Makes you think.
Makes you think.
The school book depository, who was in there?
Showing you down there on crutches coming into the. Good to see him at least coming out onto the. A lot of players have their eyes looking down that way to see him come back to the squad.
Kickoff to come here from the 35-yard line. High kick is going to be returnable from the 1 up to the 5 to the 10. To the 15 to the 20 up the far sideline and finally shoved out of bounds to the 27-yard line. Pretty nifty return to set up the Tigers.
They've been doing a much better job in the last few games of kicking that into the right corner, kind of. This game, they've been kind of putting that in the center of the field, giving the returner a lot more juice.
Yeah. And so far, this defense for Southwestern, it's been a house of pain for the Sewanee offense.
Yeah.
Ever since that first drive. I mean, really, nothing for them going. They had the 1 touchdown after the interception, but after that screen play on the first drive, hasn't been really anything going for them. So if they want to put points on the board here, they're going to have to sustain a long drive.
I'm going to dial up a turnover here. I'm going to dial up an interception.
I'm cool with that, Merle.
Thomas in the shotgun. Dropping back, looking. Pass left side, complete to the 25, and runs right into a wall. Short gain of a yard on the play as the Pirates swarming to that football quickly.
And a great job there by the Pirates defensively, not getting confused with the eye action of Thomas in the backfield. He's looking right to go, but then throws it left. It was already accounted for. The Pirates did a great job, a minimal gain there.
I think Caleb Harmon was the first one there. I wouldn't swear to it. Somebody in yellow.
I'm surprised they didn't call a timeout there.
I think it all depended on that first down play with how they were going to approach this drive. Since it wasn't a big gain, they may just be trying to go into halftime now.
2nd down and 9 from the 27-yard line. Thomas, handoff, Mixon out across the 30 and stacked up, falling forward to about the 35-yard line. Good second effort to pick up a couple extra yards, and the pile still pushing forward. Ball comes out.
Now, see,
they called him dead at the 37-yard line, but it's going to be a first down.
And that would have been a 2-yard gain. You probably would have saw the Pirates take a timeout to try and get the ball back. But that extra effort there from Mixon said no.
That's always been one of my problems with the letting them scrum like that is if there is a turnover or if the ball does get loose, they usually side on the offense side for things, right?
First down at the 38-yard line. Handoff up the middle. And bounce to the outside. Pirates stripping at that football again. Mixon doing a good job hanging on to it. Short gain of about 5 yards, and now we get a timeout. They're close enough now they want to take a shot here with 37 seconds to go.
Yeah, you take a shot, get a 20-yard gain here with the pitch and catch. That puts you in long field goal range. Not too sure how this kicker is for the Tigers, but you never know. Any given Saturday, anything can happen.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed during warm-ups, but like you said.
I hope his family isn't listening, Trey.
Got a long of 37.
So, yeah, they're going to have to get deep into Pirate territory. So maybe Trey was correct in his scouting report.
Saw a 51-yarder last night in high school football. Don't see that very often.
If you have any trouble with Trey Grubb, that's at Merle Bertrand on Twitter.
All right, 2nd down and 5 from the Tiger 47-yard line. Make it the 40. I can't count. The Tiger 43-yard line.
Yeah, I'd like to see them dial something up here. I know you want to play prevent, but just get a little bit of pressure, make him uncomfortable.
Thomas dropping back. Good protection. Now the pocket breaks down. Fires over to the center of the field. That ball is caught inside the 10. First down, Tigers.
And just an example there of beating man coverage off the jump. The receiver,
A.J. McLemore hauling it in.
Yeah, the receiver number 0, A.J. McLemore, beating his guy, going past the coverage. It looks like they're going to spike it here.
Stops the clock with 26 seconds to go. Second and goal coming up from the 8-yard line. Not terrible coverage.
Well, it looked like he was thinking maybe interception rather than just getting his hands up to block the ball.
But this drive just looks completely different now. You go from potentially stopping Mixon on a 2-yard carry for a 3rd down play coming up. He gets the first, and that allows this Tiger offense to really move the ball down the field quickly and potentially put points on the board.
Sewanee with 1 timeout remaining, 25 seconds. And they are 9 yards away from punching this thing in.
Put 3 additional seconds on the
I
clock
don't know
there.
if you caught that, Merle.
What's that, Chuck?
But the Pirates called the timeout before the play where Sewanee spiked the ball.
So they get the play back.
28 seconds remaining.
Oh, that's why they put the time back. Okay.
That's unfortunate because that gives them that extra play back now.
Yep. That's why the yard mark over there says 1st and goal at about the 8-yard line.
I understand why Coach Griesel did it, though, because there was a scrum getting all the way to the end, a lot of just chaos happening. But now 4 chances here for the Tigers with 28 seconds left.
So 1st and goal from the 8. Two receivers to the left, one to the near side. Thomas rolling left. Looking, dumps it off the left side, caught into the end zone, touchdown. A.J. McLemore finishes off what he started, and Sewanee is right back within 2 points of the Southwestern Pirates.
Their first drive, they put points on the board with the pass, and it seems like their last drive of the first half, they'll put points on the board with the pass.
They're going to go for 2 right here to tie it up.
Yep.
That was a well-designed play as well.
Just out routes from all the receivers on the outside. You have man coverage from Southwestern, And we've seen it all day today. Southwestern has struggled in man coverage.
Well, and that's not an easy throw, rolling to your left and having to get your body turned to throw it.
Thompson, the shotgun, mixing to his right, the 2-point conversion attempt. Dropping back, looking, being pursued, fires underneath, and incomplete. So nice pressure there by the Pirates. There were 3 or 4 guys in his face and forced him to short arm the throw to Mixon. Yeah. And the Pirates will at least preserve this 2-point lead here with 24 seconds to go.
That's what I wanted to see down here at the 40.
Yeah.
Get some pressure in there. Just a little bit too much time on that long pass. One of the things about playing prevent, sometimes you give them the ability to have that long play to develop.
So 24 seconds to work with.
A 2-point lead at halftime.
Sounds familiar.
We were on the downside of that 2 points last week, so.
It's a weird game. It feels like the Pirates are the better team, but they're just letting Sewanee hang around.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of big plays. Yeah. I think Chuck alluded to that.
2 explosive plays in the passing game and then the 1 turnover. The Pirates, meanwhile, haven't had explosive plays. It's been just long drives, moving the ball down the field very slowly.
Devin Phillips on the far side for Southwestern. And on the near side is Christian Murray, and the kickoff is going to come to Murray at the 15. Up to the 20, reverses field 25-30, bounce to the outside, out to the 35-yard line.
It's a good return there.
The Pirates will start this drive at 19 seconds to go.
Good return for Murray. You may see the Pirates try and take some shots to at least get on the Tiger side of the field. We know the leg that Lanham has.
Yep.
Now maybe a screen, see what kind of yardage you can get. Trying to see how many timeouts they have, but I
Only
can't.
1 left.
Just 1 left, yeah. Sims in a quarterback, a little hook and ladder maybe.
Both teams have 1 timeout here with 19 seconds.
Sims in the shotgun. First down and 10 to Southwestern at the 35-yard line. He's just going to hand it off. And Williams digging for yardage up to about the 38-yard line. And it looks like the Pirates are going to be content to go into the locker room at the half up by 2 and make some adjustments and hopefully do to Sewanee what Trinity did to Southwestern after the half last week. So the clock ticking down. We reach halftime. 21-19. Southwestern clinging to a 2-point lead. We're going to catch up with Coach Kriesel here in just a moment. All right, Chuck has got a hold of him. Take it away, sir.
Okay, Coach. Sewanee living on some big plays. You know, that is a turnover inside our red zone, setting up a touchdown, a big pass there to set up an opportunity for a score. Give us your thoughts on the first half and how can the Pirates minimize those in the second?
Well, I'll give it credit for Sewanee. Sewanee's capitalizing on our mistakes. I mean, we don't play a screen play very well. They get a long touchdown. We don't knock them out of bounds. We have bad pursuit on the backside. They made a really good play on the interception. And then at the end of the half defense for us was really poor. So poorly executed, poorly coached.
So you had a couple of what appears to be significant injuries. Coach, do you have anything to report on that?
Yeah, it looks like Harris Gilliam's going to be out. He had a pretty significant leg injury. We'll see what happens with Chooks, number 0, our defensive lineman. Looked like he got hit in the head after his helmet popped off, so we'll see where he's at. But we got some guys that can step in and play for him.
Okay, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
And there you have it, Merle.
All right, thank you, Chuck. Boy, getting hit in the head when your helmet comes off. That's why they have helmets.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, that's old
Yeah, it's
school,
not
y'all.
like
Keep
when
talking
we
about old
played,
school
Merle.
football.
What's that, Chuck?
I said it's not like when we played.
No.
We didn't have helmets.
Right.
That's why Chuck is the way he is.
21-19 your score here at the end of the first half. Get you caught up on a couple of scores before we go to break and wait to hear from Mr. Ralph. It is first quarter score, Millsaps leading Rhodes 14-0. And the other game underway in the conference, Center and Maryville tied up 13-all at the half. So here it's not a 21-19 Southwestern at the half. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll hopefully hear from Southwestern Director of Intercollegiate Activities, Mr. Ken Ralph. You're watching Southwestern Pirates football on the Vype Live Network. welcome back. Halftime here at Brookabach Field. Pirates on top, 21-19 over Sewanee. Merle Bertrand, TJ Vela, Chuck Tracy. Down the sideline, Trey Grubb, our producer. And we're joined by a very special guest here for Southwestern Director of Intercollegiate Activities, Mr. Ken Ralph. First of all, Mr. Ralph, thanks for taking the time to join us.
Well, thanks for having me.
There's nothing going on today. There's only about 3 or 4 other events on campus. When we met, I think 3 years ago, you had just started here at Southwestern on the old coaches show. So how have things changed? How have things settled in? What's been going on over the past 3 years or so?
Well, it's amazing to think I'm already in year 4. Time's just going by so quickly, and I'm enjoying it so much. Seeing the athletics department grow and develop and mature has really been a lot of fun. And we've got some facilities we've completed. We've got some new ones on the way. We're really picking up things with our branding and our positioning within the marketplace, and now a new conference to get excited about.
Right.
So a lot going on.
Yeah, and that transition was all happening right as you took over. Talk about that, making the move from the SCAC, or the AAC at the time, to the SAA.
Well, it's interesting. The football team had already moved to was moving to the SAA.
Right.
My first year, who was the last year in the ASC. But to have all the teams now in the SAA was something that happened during my first year, and this is actually the year we'd made the transition. So it's been kind of fun, and you end up with strange days like today where we seem to be playing Sewanee in every sport we have.
Right.
So it makes it a lot of fun for everybody.
That's awesome. One of the things that I've been really impressed with, Mr. Ralph, Ken, since you've been here, is all the fundraising that's been going on campus. Can you talk a little bit about your strategies behind that, your experience with it, and just the overall impact it's had at Southwestern so far?
Yeah, I mean, we just work in an industry where we're very reliant on fundraising. We don't have a lot of extra dollars that are going to float around any school at the Division III level that you can throw at athletic programs. Fortunately, we found a number of really willing donors who were ready to step up, who like the direction of the program and who want to get meaningfully involved in the quality of experience for our students. And that's what it really comes down to. And, you look at things like the golf simulator that we just installed has been spectacularly popular. It's making a huge difference in the quality of experience for our golfers on the women's and men's teams. And look at the early season results we're seeing from them. And they're, it gets them back engaged, gets them back involved, gets them on campus. And that's a lot of fun. But a lot of the other improvements, especially we've done so much with the marketing and branding and the spirit pieces and all of that. And we've got so much coming up. We've got a new outfield wall for baseball coming in. It might not sound like a big deal for the baseball players. It's a huge deal.
Yeah.
And then we've got a new stadium coming up. We're already talking that our next home game is our homecoming game. It'll be the last homecoming game we'll play off stadium, off campus.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I wasn't going to let you go without asking, because that's what I get asked all the time. Aren't they getting a stadium pretty soon? So what is the status of that?
So right now we're in with the city working on permitting. We're going to permit the field itself first, and then after that we'll do a separate permit for the visiting team locker room and the grandstands and fencing. The goal is to start moving dirt in November if the permitting goes as expected, and with the idea that we'll be finished in August and ready to go for next football season. The players are having trouble adjusting to that thought that, oh my gosh, we're going to get to play on campus in front of our friends and
right.
and in a field that's branded for Southwestern. So it's exciting. The design is really fun. It's a very modestly sized stadium, but it's going to be ours, and we're going to make it feel great.
What's that going to mean to the other sports, the soccer teams, the lacrosse teams, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so soccer and lacrosse will continue to primarily play in the grass stadium on the varsity field. The new stadium we build will be lined for football, but we'll also have men's and women's lacrosse lines. It won't have soccer. If we have to, we'll paint them on. The reality is it's a little bit narrow for soccer. Soccer really wants a 75-yard width.
Right.
We're only going to be able to stretch it to about 71. So they really don't want to play there unless it's an emergency weather-wise. But we're absolutely going to be doing football, men's and women's lacrosse practices, probably not a lot of games, and a lot of intramurals and club sports out there.
That's awesome. You mentioned it earlier, too, the marketing and brand activation with it all. What are some of the plans when it comes to having that stadium on campus, getting students involved, getting the tailgate scene and hyped up and everything? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, the tailgate scene, we're trying to figure that out because we're not adding a lot of parking. So we have a lot of parking on our campus that's not utilized on a Saturday. So people are going to be spread out a little bit. We're going to see if we can use the lawn areas and do tent setups and have, set up tents and everybody goes, okay, I'm tent number 11 for my tailgate. They drive their gear out there, set up their tailgate, and they're right next to the facility. So we're trying to get creative in how we can manage that. for the students, we get really great student turnout to a lot of our events. Volleyball drives really well. Men's soccer drives really well. We had huge lacrosse crowds. So we know the students turn out. If there's going to be a fun event, it's convenient for them. And having it be right there, and especially with the new freshman dorms going to be right next door.
Right.
The new freshman dorm opening up in January, we're going to have a built-in audience right there for us.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. So, I mean, what's your social life? I mean, I see you at every football game, obviously, but I would imagine your social life is pretty. You must be a cheap date to be able to go to all these athletic events, right?
Well, yeah, my social life. This is it. You're looking at it. All right. This is, the reality is I've been an athletic director for 24 years. I've never missed a home athletic event. The only way I've ever missed one is if I was out of town with another team.
Right.
And I think it's really important to our students that you're present. It matters that you're there. This is the fun part of the job.
Right.
Going through budget spreadsheets and dealing with personnel actions, and that is not the fun part of the job. This is what I love. Our students only get 10 times a year to show what they can do to play football, and I don't want to miss a minute of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, before we let you go, speaking of football, we'll come back to that with Coach Austin leaving last year and Coach Kriesel taking over. Talk about that process a little bit from your perspective.
Well, it was an odd situation because Coach Austin decided to retire from coaching, at a time where we really couldn't do a search. And we were in a situation where we really didn't have an option other than the interim option. Now, the great thing is, Bill Kriesel being here, he knew the program, knew the students, really had the backing of the students and a lot of the alumni. And it was an easier transition than it would have been at a lot of schools. And quite frankly, what I like is that Coach Kriesel has come in with a plan, and he's got a long-term vision for where this program can go. And I like the fact that he created that vision and he's working the steps of it, and he's having the patience to work it. Some coaches in their first head coaching opportunity, especially with the interim title like they had last year, would try to rush things and blow up the plan and have to win now to keep my job mentality ends up setting programs back a lot of times. He said, I got a plan, let's work it. Great recruiting class. We've got a lot of freshmen playing major roles this year and a lot of guys that are on the two deep that are first-year students or transfers. He's really done a great job. If this group grows and matures and gets stronger, I think we could have some pretty exciting years ahead.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Anything else, TJ?
No, it's something I say all the time on these broadcasts. It's an exciting time to be a Pirate. I think a lot of it has to do with the work you and the rest of the athletic department has done. So thank you for everything. I know from an alumni perspective, we're all excited about what's going on, not just with the football program, but with everything going on. So it's definitely a great day and a great time to be a Pirate.
Anything else that you wanted to add that we didn't talk about?
Well, when a guy like this, like TJ tells you it's an exciting time to be a Pirate, he's Mr. Southwestern.
Oh, yeah.
He's everything that's wonderful about this school, all embodied in one human being, and I know he loves this place and his family loves this place, and to hear him be excited means a lot to me because it makes me feel like we're on the right track.
Well, it's good to see you again after a couple of years, and good to see you out here at every game. Best of luck going forward with the stadium and all that kind of stuff and everything else going on here at Southwestern.
Well, thank you very much, and thanks for having me.
All right, Mr. Ken Ralph, as the athletic director here at Southwestern, I guess you're at halftime. 21-19 Pirates on top. We'll take a break, catch our breath, and get some scoring updates and some stats for you. You're watching Southwestern Pirates football on the Vype Live Network. And welcome back to Birkelbach Field. Halftime wrapping up 21-19 to score. Pirates on top. And just looking at some of the stats here, they just came in. Pirates dominating this game statistically. 15 first downs to 6. 107 yards rushing to 59. Passing yards 158 to 146. So the Pirates 41 plays for 265 yards to 205 yards and 24 plays for Sewanee. But it comes down to the turnovers. The interception set them up for 1 touchdown and a couple of big plays, T.J. Vela. And that's why we've got a 2-point ball game, even though the Pirates are dominating.
And it's something that Coach Creasel talks about all the time, and we've always talked about it on this broadcast too. Not allowing explosive plays defensively, creating explosive plays offensively, and winning the turnover battle. And that's really here so far why the Tigers are still in this contest with the Pirates. It really does seem like the Pirates are dominating every facet of this game other than the explosive plays and the turnovers. And that's really what has allowed Sewanee to stay in this.
And that old cliche, that first possession of the second half, because the Tigers are going to get the football first here. If the Pirate defense can get a stand and maybe get some points on the board, maybe get a little separation, that's what you're looking for if you're Southwestern. But Sewanee, of course, they want to come out here and do what the Pirates tried to do and couldn't do last week on the road at Trinity and get a score to take the lead.
It's an eerie, similar feeling
it
here,
is,
with us kicking off to start the second half, how close the score is. If I am the kicker here, I'm putting it straight through the end zone, not allowing any type of return.
Yeah, I was just about to say that there might be some PTSD from last week. So here we go.
Kickoff is underway, and it's going to be a short high kick to the far sideline. Fielded at the 7, up to the 10, to the 15, up to the 20, and cutting it back to the 27-yard line. Tippy-toeing up the sideline and finally knocked that about the 28 or 29. It'll depend on the spot over there, but that's where Sewanee will take over. First down and 10 for their first drive of the second half. No wind to speak of. Temperature up to 89 degrees now in Georgetown, Texas.
I'd like to hear from Chuck on how the team was whenever they came out of the locker room there.
There was not a whole lot of concern on their face, so we'll see. It wasn't a whole lot different than last week. I'll just say that.
All right.
Well, that's not making me feel any more confident.
Well, at least they didn't run it back for a touchdown, you know. That's a good.
Thomas going to pass over to the right side, complete on the edge. Beautiful job, open field tackle. Wrap that one up and knock him down. That is no long. Reading that play perfectly and dropped the receiver there. I think it was a halfback out of the backfield for a no gain of the play, second down and 10 coming up.
Yeah, Noah Long there on man coverage did a great job making that open field tackle. But what a job by number 13, Jeremiah Wilkins, the freshman out of Spring, Texas, reading the quarterback. He didn't go for the bait with the run. Went after the quarterback once he pulled it. Made a great play on him to allow that short pass to happen.
Yeah, you just got to create that pressure.
Thomas in the shotgun again, second and 10. Swing pass left side this time, complete on the edge of the 35. Gets some running them to the 35 and knocked out of bounds. That'll bring up a third down and 4. As that one hauled in, I think it was McLemore again.
Yeah, it was McLemore.
No, that's number 10, not number 0. That's Dyer Barnes.
Now, Coach, talking about that's the play that hurt him, and saying that was on the guys and on the coaching staff to have to know what you got to do to make on those plays, because that play has been hurting us throughout the year.
And so it's up a third and short, 3rd and 2 here from the 36-yard line.
Let's go, boys.
And with Thomas in, he can use his legs at the quarterback position as well.
Sends a halfback to the right side. His quarterback draw up the middle, and is going to have the first down and more across the 45-foot race, drug down from behind in the Pirate territory at the 40-yard line. TJ just called it.
The draw play
the stop was DJ James.
The draw play has been something that Sewanee's tried to use all day today. The Pirates have smelt it out very well, but that time there with the 3rd and 3, he had a lead blocker going right up the hole, and there was no one around him for about 10 yards. Great run there by Thomas, gets the first down.
At the Pirate 40. Thomas in the shotgun, Mixon lined up behind him. Play action again, looking. Fade pattern, right side. A lot of hand checking and a call. That's got to be a push-off. There's a flag.
Yeah.
This better be an offensive pass interference, because the Pirate defender went flying.
Just threw him out of the picture right there. Looked like Will Smith getting thrown out of the house in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air promo.
Yeah, pass interference going to be called here. Offensive pass interference on Sewanee. Sean Johnson got himself open, taking matters into his own hands literally.
Johnson made a great play on the ball once he was open, but you can't be throwing people like that.
Now they're jawing at each other.
First penalty of the day, Merle.
Yeah,
goes
that's
against
crazy.
Sewanee.
Yeah. That pushes them all the way back on their own 45-yard line after the 15-yard mark-off.
Now for the Pirates here, stay aggressive. Trey talked about it in the first half. Prevent defense. Sometimes when you get behind the sticks like this, you want to get into a lackadaisical kind of sense. You can't do that here.
First and 25 from the 45. Quarterback draw off left side and going to be stacked up for about a 5-yard gain before he's buried under an avalanche of golden jerseys.
Man, I'm glad I didn't play football. That looks so painful.
That's what the Westerners wanted right there, just to be underneath a gold pile like that back in the old Gold Rush days. But to your point, Trey, yeah, Thomas taking a beating once he gets hit by that first guy. The Pirates defense is swarming there on top of him, not allowing anywhere for him to go.
Second down and 19 from across midfield at the Pirate 49. Thomas rolling to his right, being pursued backside, dumps it off underneath, complete to the 38-yard line, and shoved out of bounds. A.J. McLemore hauling it in to make this one a manageable third down coming up. Cam Roberson on the coverage, but it's 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, Thomas very accurate whenever he gets out of the pocket.
And accurate on the run, too. Something that we don't see a lot of quarterbacks, especially here at this level, able to do. He's done a good job of connecting with receivers in all these out routes.
3rd down and 8 from the Pirate 38-yard line. 2 receivers to the left. Rolling to his left now. Stepping up, reversing field to the right. Nobody there to contain him. To the 35, to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and knocked down at the 4-yard line. But, man, he got to the left, and it looked like a little kid's soccer game. All the golden shirts followed him. Nobody stayed home on the backside.
Just a complete over pursuit by the Pirates there to the left side. Love the effort, but with no one on the backside to help out. Thomas had nothing but green grass in front of him and only one wide receiver blocking for him, and he did the job, did just enough to allow his quarterback to get to the 4-yard line.
First and goal, Tigers trying to reclaim the lead here. 10:58, clock moving, 3rd quarter.
Well, you'd like to see them make this difficult.
It looks like they're going Wildcat here with number 12, Barton Mixon, the running back.
Starts up the middle, and he's going to be stacked up and diving down to about the 2-yard pickup on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd down and goal. In the backfield is Ryan Nickel, a senior running back.
Interesting call there. I mean, you're having a lot of success with Thomas running the ball in the quarterback position. Then you elect to go with the Wildcat.
Chuke's back in the game, fellas.
Oh, good. Good catch. That's good to see.
Talk about toughness.
Mixing again in the Wildcat. Look at all that beef in front of him. Follows his blockers right side, and he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Well, Sewanee reclaims the lead here with 10-11 to go in the 3rd quarter.
And with that beef package, Merle, there was just so many blockers in front of Mixon. He had 2 pulling people. He had the guard and the tackle. And all Mixon had to do there was follow him into the end zone. Looks like they're going to go for 2 once more.
Yeah, up by 4, trying to nudge it up to a 6-point lead here.
Staying in that Wildcat look.
Same formation, but over to the left side this time. Now they shift it out. Bring it back to the right. Looking for running room, and Pirates swarm to the football. Can they keep them out of the end zone? This time they do.
The same exact play, Merle. They were trying to double dip on this Pirates defense, and Jalen Levine says, no, sir, not today. And there's going to be a flag after the fact. Where's that coming from?
I don't know.
No way. That's an unsportsmanlike on.
I didn't see anything.
That's the head ref behind everything. They're looking to the Pirates' side of the field.
They're probably trying to figure out which number it is, too. They can't see it down in the field anymore than we can up here.
So you're saying they didn't even see this penalty then, Merle. I see what you're trying to do. Throw a little bit of shade here on this sunny day.
Yeah, talking about it here.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, Southwestern 6. That is his first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game.
Number 6.
That would be Noah Long. That's a unless something was said. I didn't think of these yesterday. Maybe something was said that we can't hear up here, but that changes his kickoff because they're going to mark it off 15 yards, and they could try something funky here on the kickoff.
Well, and thank goodness it was post
play.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if it was something that was said. How did the ref hear it? It must have been yelled out super loud, but either way, yeah, penalty that's going to hurt the Pirates here and definitely need to be a little bit alert. I know Sewanee has the film from a few weeks ago against TLU
Right.
and what they saw from that onside kick efforts on our side, so definitely need to be alert here for the Pirates.
So 25-21. Now the official marked it off. The kickoff will come from the 50-yard stripe.
And no reason not to try an onside kick,
Yeah,
actually.
exactly.
So hopefully we got our hands team out there.
Doesn't look like it. Looks
No,
like
it does
a
not
normal
look like
kickoff
they're
return.
anticipating this to be an onside kick.
Stay alert. I'm sure that's what the special teams coordinators told his team before he went out there.
We'll see what Levi Dorsey, the freshman kicker, dials up here. He just kicks it away. I do not understand that. I'm glad they did that. I don't understand it.
Trying to hit the ref.
Well, that's why we're up here and they're down there. Who knows?
So the Pirates down by 4. It's been a back-and-forth game. We'll get the football back. Their first possession of the second half. First down 10 from the 25-yard line.
And the Pirates really struggled offensively to start this game to get drives going. Didn't score until the third drive. So they're going to need to get going here early and try and put a score on the board just to match what Sewanee already did.
Jackson Sims back in the game at quarterback. He's got trips wide to the right. And Tyson Williams lined up in the pistol behind him.
Got to stick to that run game.
Swing pass, right side. Inside across the 30, out to the 32-yard line. This little
They've had
short
success
right
with
there.
that almost every time they've run it.
And again, it's just taking what the defense gives
Yeah.
you right there in that situation. Swanee's playing soft. Ended up trying to make a play really quickly, but they took themselves out of the play by doing that. The Pirates get a good gain.
7-yard pickup there for Thompson. Second down and 3 from the 32-yard line. One receiver wide right, 2 to the near side. Handoff up the middle. Williams going to be stacked up for no gain. Tried to make a cut back, but somebody was there waiting for him. And that's somebody number 33, the leading tackle at Ballant Rindisi. So it's up a third down and 2. They give him a yard, so 3rd and 2 from the 33-yard line.
And right now, this offensive line for the Pirates struggling to get to that second level. These defensive linemen are really holding on to these Pirates offensive linemen, not allowing them to get free and make the blocks up top.
Boy, it's a big third down here.
Yeah, you just saw the center there clapping it up, telling his boys, we got to get this.
3rd and 2 from the 33-yard line. Sims, quick drop, pass right side, and caught out across the 44, the first down. Nice pitch and catch up there on the far sideline. Thompson again. We talked about this last week, TJ. What a deep threat he is, yes, but he's become so much a possession receiver this year.
No, he really is. He's such a great playmaker here in this Pirates offense. And when you need to get a first down in a crucial situation like that, you go to your top playmaker, your top hands, and that is Graydon Thompson.
So Pirates pick up the first down at the 41-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the near side. Play action pass again. Pass right side wide open and overshot him. Boy, that was a big pickup for the taking out there. That one spun Thompson all the way around.
That was actually Samuel Williams up top there, Merle.
That is Williams, I'm sorry.
He got away from his coverage man right there. Sewanee confusing themselves. They were in the 4-2 front earlier, and now they went to that 3-4, trying to get a little bit more coverage out there. And in doing that, they confused themselves. And unfortunately for the Pirates, they're not able to capitalize.
Second down 10 from the 41-yard line.
I mean, he's been so accurate today. That was a missed opportunity for sure.
1 receiver right, 2 to the near side. Showing blitz. Pirates pick it up. Handoff Williams, and not much running him. He runs right into the teeth of that blitz. 4 white shirts right there to knock down Williams. First one there was Jaden Nagy. As the 3rd and 10 coming up here for Southwestern at their own 41-yard line.
On the first drive of the game, Earl, this is exactly what happened. An incomplete pass to a wide-open receiver, a no gain on the second-yard run play, and on 3rd down, the Pirates weren't able to convert. They ended up giving the ball to Sewanee, who ended up putting points on the board on their next drive. The Pirates here, you can't have deja vu. You can't have the same thing happen. You
Right.
got to find a way to get these 10 yards here.
3rd down and 10 from the 41-yard line. Play action pass, drop it back, pocket breaks down, step it up, got a lot of running room. Can he get a block on the edge? Cuts up to the 45 and across midfield to the 49-yard line. It's going to depend on the spot. It looks like he's going to be a yard shy at the 50-yard line.
And Sims' helmet came off, so Smith's going to have to go into the game if the Pirates want to go for it.
I think you got to go for it here.
Yeah, I agree.
4th down and 1 from the 50.
And with Smith coming in, you do have the opportunity here to call a quarterback run play. Watch the hard count.
4th down and 1 from the 50. Jacob Smith in a quarterback for this play. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. Play clock down to 4. And timeout.
I thought for sure they were going to go for it.
I did too.
Right at the 50-yard line. I mean, if you are going to go for it, do you want Sims in there, your quarterback who's been doing really well here so far for you today? You called the timeout. He can go back in there now.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what was the thinking of Coach Creasel and Coach Mask, just wanting to give themselves the best opportunity possible with the 4th down play coming up.
I just hate burning up that timeout. You might need it.
I agree. It's one of those things where you got to take it where you can get it, and I would like to have that timeout for later, but
It was also interesting. Smith went up to the center after that and was talking to him about something. I don't know if he expected to get the ball snapped or not.
offense is going back out there.
Let's go back out. And Smith's staying in the game, I think. So hard to tell, but
yeah, Smith is in there. Devin Phillips, the running back.
So 4th and 1 from the 50-yard line after the timeout.
Stacking the box.
Thompson on the bottom of your screen.
4-man front for the Tigers on a 4th down and 1 play. Dropping back, quarterback draw, left side. Going to have the first down and more. 45 to the 40, near sideline 35. And upended at the 30, trying to the 25-yard fumble. Ball came out. Sewanee saying they've got it, and they do.
Oh.
Just that last second stretch, Merle.
Yeah.
The ball got popped out.
Picked up the first down and then some, but the ball came out at the last second, and the Tigers get their second turnover after the afternoon to stop the Pirate drive at their own 23-yard line.
And that's a heartbreaker.
That
you
is.
Get the first down. You get a great gain deep into the Tiger field position. And right there, the fumble gives the ball right back to Sewanee. And he was truly one block away from a touchdown.
He was, yep.
So that's what makes that even a little worse to bear.
Yeah, and the body language really tough coming off there. The defense needs to pick up the offense here.
That's exactly right. Need to get a turnover of their own. Thomas back in a quarterback. 1 receiver left, 2 to the near side. Mixon goes to motion left side. Quarterback draw up the middle and stacked up. No gain, maybe a yard or so on the play. Rhino, Borian Williams-Jack, the first man there, stacks that up for a 2-yard pickup. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Just a great example there, playing downhill from Rhino and the rest of this defensive front. Chooks getting back in there. He's at the bottom of the pile. Always love to see that, especially considering what we saw earlier from him in the first half.
6.5 to go third quarter, down by 4. Sewanee with the football. 2nd down and 8.
Guys playing way off on cornerbacks.
Mixon with the carry, and he's going to be stacked up, maybe lost a couple yards. Pirate defense, run defense, looking like what we expected. They give him the line of scrimmage. I think that's being generous.
Yeah, really nowhere for Mixon to run right there. Great job by the Southwestern defensive line. Just holding the line of scrimmage where it is. A long 3rd down play coming up. If you're the secondary for the Pirates here, expect that pass. If you're the defensive line, get some pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, I'd like to see a blitz here.
Yeah.
You hear me all the time saying that. It's just getting pressure on the quarterback just makes such a huge difference.
We'll see what they do. They got 5 men on the line. 3rd down and 8 from the 25-yard line. Rolling left, rolling, looking, firing left side. Intercepted to the 35. Runs into his own man, then fumbles, but falls back on the football.
There's that
There you
turnover you
go.
needed, Merle. Number 1, Cam Roberson, the junior out of Galveston, Texas, had 10 tackles last week. We've been waiting for him to get a turnover with an interception here all season long, it feels like. And right there in a crucial situation does exactly that. And we get the ball back on the Tiger side of the field.
And it kind of goes back to what Trey said. They brought not a lot of pressure, but enough
Just
to get
enough.
him in motion. Yeah.
Just enough to make Thomas think, are they going to hit me? I need to get rid of this right now.
So now the Pirate offense will have to capitalize. They got great field position, first down and 10 at the Tiger 37-yard line.
And Sims back in at quarterback.
Got to take advantage of this.
Yep. 2 receivers right, 2 to the near side. Sims hands off Williams off left side. He's going to be wrapped up. No gain on the play. Jalen Hill, sophomore defensive lineman, wrapping him up, knocking him down. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And Hill did a great job there of avoiding the pulling guard and tackle. I mean, it was a great play call to set things up, but avoided that first block, avoided the second wave, and made the tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 from the 37. 3 doesn't put you back on top. You're down by 4. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side for Sims.
Smith in the backfield.
They give it to him. He's going to try to throw. Throws back over here to Sims on the near side. He's looking downfield, firing towards the end zone into triple coverage. Caught, touchdown!
They better not call that offensive interference.
I think they are.
Reese Kutcher hauls it in, but we'll check the flag.
That was both of them were going at each other.
Both of them were. We'll see here. They're pointing towards the Sewanee side. This is a big call coming up.
It's a huge call coming up.
What a play design there, though. Either way, the Southwestern's acting like it's going to stand. It looks like it is.
Pass interference on the
Wow.
defense, so the touchdown will stand. Pirates have the lead. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, they toss it over to Smith. Smith back to Sims, who I thought was going to run. He probably would have had a lot of yards if he had run.
And he was
and
directing
he just heaved it.
Directing Contreras just downfield, just trying to just find the opening. And he does exactly that. What a throw, putting it right on the money in the back of the end zone.
With 3 white shirts around him. Good snap and hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good. No good.
Oh, whoa.
Wow. The other referee didn't even. That was quick.
That keeps it a 2-point ball game. That's could be big.
You said it, TJ. The special teams are not helping out the Pirates here today. Missed field goal, now a missed extra point. And Sewanee's had their own problems with that extra point.
Hey, Merle.
Yes,
after
sir.
the reception from Cutrer, that kick just barely scraped the outside of the left upright.
Yeah,
He hooked it just barely.
Yeah, you had the best view down there on the field.
I mean, you think about the points we've left out there, Merle. It'd be a 6-point ball game right now.
Yeah.
With that extra point and then the field goal that was missed in the first quarter. That's a full touchdown. That makes a difference.
Great job by Sims on that play, avoiding getting sacked, keeping his eyes down the field, and just giving his wide receiver a chance.
It reminded me a lot of that throw we had Graydon Thompson in the end zone against TLU a few weeks back.
Yeah.
Just heaving it down the field, trusting his receiver to make a play. And right there, Contreras does exactly that.
Not going to lie, I thought when the ball left his hand it was going to be picked off because that looked like a punt that was in the air for so long. But he knew what he was doing, and the kickoff is going to sail into and out of the end zone. So Sewanee will come back on the field. 4:41 to go. Pirates back up by 2, 27-25.
If you're Thomas coming back out here, that interception is probably lingering in your head a little bit. It's the first mistake you've made and your team has made offensively all day so far. And there was really nothing going from the ground game, from the passing game on that last drive. So the Pirates defense continue to play aggressive and continue to hold these gains from the Tigers.
6:28 to go. Third quarter, Maryville leading Center 20-13. And Millsap's all over Rhodes right now, 28-13. About 2 minutes to go in the second quarter there. 1st and 10, Sewanee, low snap. Pass swung out left side and dropped immediately. Great job by the Pirate defense. Dyer Barnes hauling it in. He was dropped immediately.
Just a great example there of swarming on the ball, getting that aggressiveness back into the secondary. Yeah, you give him the 5 yards, but he's going to remember that play, remember that tackle.
2nd down and 6 coming up from the 29-yard line. Trips wide left, 1 to the near side. Thomas, handoff Mixon up the middle. And Pirates swarming to the football, stacking it up for no gain on the play, maybe a yard.
Oh, that Looks like they couldn't get past the line of scrimmage there. Great job by the defensive line.
Yeah, the linebacker, number 42, Brendan Sandina, got in there. The freshman out of Frisco. Didn't make the tackle, but he did just enough to go hit Mixon and allow his teammates to go and make the tackle for him.
Oh, big third down here. Get a stop, get the ball back in the hands of your offense. 3rd and 6 coming up from the 29-yard line. 3:35 and counting to go third quarter. 2 receivers to the left. Thomas fakes the end around, stumbles, but still manages to fall forward out across the 35, and he'll pick up the first down. Nice misdirection there by the Tigers to get the Pirate defense flowing away from the football. And Thomas picks up the first down despite stumbling.
And once he slipped, it looked like he was going to be dead in the water with the Southwestern defense, just going right up on him. But he was able just to find the hole and get just enough for the first.
Well, to your point a little while ago about the interception, what that was going to do to him, that was a really confident run right there, felt like he needed to get that first down. You could see the effort.
They're a different team with him in there. They've been much more effective offensively since he's taken over. Dropping back the pass. Pass left side and incomplete. 2 Pirates converging on the intended target, Dyer Barnes. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Yeah, with his ability to run the ball himself, it just opens up that running game for him. And then his ability to throw the ball down the field. It's kind of like when Jacob Smith was in there against TLU.
Right.
His ability to run, his ability to throw downfield, just opened up the Pirates' offense in different ways. But right now, so far as it stands, the Pirates' defense has lived up to the battle here in the second half.
Yeah, he looked like he threw that away.
It did kind of, didn't it? 2nd and 10 from the 36-yard line. Thomas. Handoff on the end around. Cutting it back up to the 35 to the 40. Hit from behind and falls forward to the 43-yard line. Going to gain about 6 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 4. And that was Brett Dobbs, the tight end, shaken up on the play.
He got popped.
Yeah. Another 3rd down conversion attempt coming up here for the Sewanee Tigers. 3rd down and 4 from the 42-yard line.
5 up front.
Mixing the tailback, lined up behind Thomas. Thomas dropping back. Quick pass, right side, complete on the edge of the 46 and dropped immediately. It's going to depend on the spot. They get it out to Sean Johnson.
I don't think he got there.
No,
I don't think so either.
The spot.
Got a pretty generous spot here on the near side, but it's going to be down about a foot.
Wow.
Oh, they gave him the first down. Holy smokes.
Oof. That ref did not see him there.
No, that was a terrible spot.
Oh, boy.
I'm about to say, the Red Cross is already out with the bells and everything.
I mean, I thought he got just to the 45.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
And that's what the ref on the top side was saying.
Instead, it's a first down at the 46-yard line. Thomas going to keep it himself and cutting it back up, and probably wishes he had pitched that one out. Now bounces back to the left side, harder than 2 yards there. And is that a flag or is that a piece of equipment? Okay.
And Thomas hasn't pitched it out yet. I mean, we've seen multiple option looks from the Sewanee offense, but they haven't.
It looked like he was thinking about it, though.
And he took a beating there by not pitching it out.
2nd and 8. Pirates have done a good job in this drive of keeping minimal gain on first down.
It's those 3rd down plays that have really just hurt us, not being able to get the stop.
2nd and 8 from the 48-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the near side. Thomas dropping back, swing pass left side complete at the 47-yard line. Fumble, ball's out, and the Pirates have it at the 45-yard line.
Great hit. It'll be interesting if they say that was an incomplete pass. I don't think they're going to.
No, they're already moving the sticks.
I think it was Braden Cundiff fell on the football over there.
Yep. Ask and you shall receive, though, Merle. You wanted the turnovers, and right there on back-to-back drives, you get the interception, and this time you get the fumble, and the Pirates once again have the ball in Tiger territory, looking to extend this lead.
38 seconds to go.
And that was a good drive from the Tigers. I mean, they were moving the ball down the field. They were keeping this Southwestern offense off the field, but the turnovers hurting them here in the second half.
That's what you always tell the guys, put your helmet on the ball.
Yep. He was about 2 yards shy the first time, just trying to make a move, and the Pirates just stripped it away and take over at the Tiger 46-yard line. Sims.
Who got him?
Left side, complete to the 31-yard line, and that'll be good for a big 15-yard pickup and a first down.
And a play-action pass there where Sims goes the other way, and it still somehow works out for the Pirates. It's better to be lucky than good sometimes there, Merle.
You saw that, huh? He tried to hand off the left side. Nobody was there.
Hey, you can trick out a lot of people just by messing up sometimes.
That's true. Thompson hauling that one in for another 15-yard pickup, and I don't think the Pirates are going to run a play here. So we are going to reach the end of quarter number 3. This one's going to be a nail-biter, 27-25. Pirates up by 2 with the football on the move, Chuck Tracy. Pirates trying to close this thing out.
Whoa.
Yes, sir. I'm flipping the field myself so that I can be down to watch it. You've got Rhino in trying to fire up his defensive line. We saw good pressure and interception just prior to this series where the Pirates recovered a fumble. You know, we talked about last week, a lot of the big plays come out in the wash eventually. Didn't work out that much or that well last week, but here we are even on turnovers.
Yeah, it's a great point. After being behind on the turnover count, 2-0, they got the first 2. We've got the last 2. And the Pirates have the ball first down and 10, now going from left to right for this final 15 minutes at the Tiger 31-yard line.
And something we talked about at the beginning of the game was the importance of momentum and establishing it early. It's almost just as important to establish it late, too. And right now the Pirates, after the 2 turnovers, looking to continue establishing that momentum and looking to, again, put points on the board.
So first and 10 Pirates at the 31-yard line. Jackson Sims, a sophomore quarterback out of Kingwood, leading out the offense. I think. I should double-check that.
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah, I said I think because they've got Smith in the backfield with him. And they bootleg to him. He's in trouble, and Sims throws it away to the near side. Great job by Sims to get that ball away. And he actually put it on the mark. I don't think Smith realized the ball was coming to him.
Yeah, if Smith would have turned around, he probably would have been able to make at least a play on it. Impressive work there by Sims. Still haven't been a sack yet from this Sewanee defense.
Second down and 10 coming up from the Tiger 31-yard line.
Yeah, great job by the Sewanee defensive end there.
I think they're tired of this 2 quarterbacks on the field at the same time look here. 2 receivers left, 1 on the near side. Sims hands it off to Smith this time, uses a running back, and look at him hurdle inside the 25. Fumble ball came out, but the ground can't call it a fumble. And that'll be an 8-yard pickup for Jacob Smith.
It looks like there's a lineman down for Southwestern as well.
And somebody down. Well, that's the Pirate that you see down over there. Okay.
Sewanee over here.
Yeah.
Oh, his shoe came off. That's why the Sewanee guy is down.
But the Pirates can ill afford another injury on the offensive front.
Especially here on this offensive line. The depth isn't there that we thought that we would have at the beginning of the season. There's so many young guys playing, and you can kind of tell. I mean,
yeah,
just with sometimes the inability to move the ball with the running game is because just some of these younger guys are out there.
How about the job Jacob Smith, though? Used as a traditional running back that time.
Yeah, and he went up into helicopter mode. It looked like John Elway-esque.
Well, and it just saw Coach talking to him, and I think, I'm not going to guess, but I am going to guess. So my thinking is he probably told him to take care of that ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you really want them going for the extra yards. You want that extra effort, but you hold it up high and tight when you do it.
Yeah, we can't give him the ball back after just getting it from a fumble. It looks like they're holding the ankle of this lineman here.
I've not seen the number yet.
I want to say I saw 62, Merrill. That'd be JP.
Tough day for the players. A lot of guys ending up on the turf.
John Paul Iamatulam, if that is 62.
Yeah, missed his sophomore year due to a shoulder injury, so you hate to see him go down with an ankle, but looks like he's going to be able to walk himself off the field.
In fact, he got up and kind of stomped that right foot on the ground, sort of like, hey, you work for me, buddy.
Put it right back into place?
That's right. So walking a little gingerly, but hopefully he can get on the field.
Just give him some Advil. He'll be all right.
That's right.
It doesn't have Dora the Explorer Band-Aids?
When I tore my ACL, like I said earlier, my mom gave me Advil thinking that was going to help.
That probably wasn't even clean Advil. It probably a little extra dirt to try to help you out, right?
Bottom of her purse, like.
Been there since 1974.
I'm saying, I'm like, what are we doing here, Mom?
3rd down and 3 from the 24-yard line. Pirates trying to pick up this first down. One receiver to the left and trips here to the near side. Sims, straight ahead handoff, bounces left side. Williams going to find his block inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. First down, Pirates. That was a nice patient run there by Tyson Williams.
And Williams just allowing the blocks to develop, following him all the way, and he gets down into the stands. You almost lose sight of him a little bit behind all these big offensive linemen. Great job by Williams there running that and getting another first down for the Pirates, keeping this drive going.
Well, he's got those great twitch muscles, right?
Yeah.
So he can wait for those guys to get out there, and he can look for that seam.
One receiver left, 2 to the near side. Sims in the shotgun again. Handoff again, Williams. And this time he's going to be swallowed up and nowhere to go, losing a couple yards. Great penetration there by the defense. On the stop was Isaiah Copeland along with Rendesi. Loss of 3, 2nd and 13.
And that time there, the Tigers just selling out on the run. First down running plays, kind of just sniffing out the tendencies of this Pirates offense here on this drive at least.
I'd really like to see a play-action pass over here. Get it to our one of the best players on the field.
Thompson in bottom of your screen in man coverage.
Sims in the shotgun. Williams lined up in the pistol behind him. 2 receivers left, 2 to the near side. Fade pass, or swing pass left side complete to the 15 and drug out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Makes it a manageable 3rd down play coming up here. That one hauled in by Christian Murray. 3rd down and about 6.
Murray's likely someone that we'll see a lot of, especially with the injury there to Gilliam that we saw. So Murray doing a great job there, just bringing that one in and getting the yards here to put us above the sticks.
12:50 to go, regulation time. Pirates by 2, looking for more. Trips to the near side, 1 wide left. Sims dropping back, looking, pumping, fires right side, just off the fingertips of Thompson. Had him open in the end zone.
So do you take the 3 points here, even
I
though it
think
just puts you up by 5?
The
Well, I
field
think you
goal
have
unit
to.
was just going out there. I think Coach Mass brought him back for a second, but nope, he's sending them out.
It puts you up by just 5, but it also forces them to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think you take the points.
Yep. But those have been not guaranteed today. This will be a 30-yarder from the left hash.
And he's been pulling it to the left.
Mm-hmm. Good snap and hold. Kick is up. And it's good. So Chase Lanham tucks it inside the left upright. And with 12:32 to go, the Pirates expand their lead to 30-25. Points are nice, but it's still nervous time if you're a Pirate fan.
Merle, that was Austin Hill.
Oh, a new kicker. Wow, okay. Thank you, sir.
Sophomore out of Alvin, Texas.
I feel like we're guessing half the time with these uniform numbers up here.
That's what we got Chuck down there for.
That's right. So nice job, Austin Hill, to knock that one through.
So that third quarter for Sewanee offensively really didn't have much going on for you. Had 2 drives that ended in turnovers and allowed the Pirates to put points on the board. Here now in the fourth quarter, different side of the field. Do you change things up? Do you go back to your original quarterback, Beasley? Thomas has done well, but with the turnovers here in the second half, his offense has been able to get on the other side of the Pirates field, other than that first drive touchdown.
Right. And this kickoff is going to sail back to the 4-yard line. Dropped it, picks it up to the 10. That allowed the coverage to get to him. And I thought they called a fair catch. He kind of half.
Are they saying that he went down?
I think
with
his knee was down.
The head ref is saying he was down, and they're spotting him there around the 7.
Wow,
Yeah.
his knee must have gone down when he picked up the ball then. Because he kind of sort of half-heartedly raised his hand and then dropped it. But, yeah, they're
Wow.
going to spot at the 7-yard line.
Because even if it was a fair catch, it should either way be moved up to the 25.
To the 25, right. So
Yeah,
that
no,
must have
they're
been what
saying-
it was when he dropped it. He must have gone down to pick it up and touched the knee down.
Yeah.
What a catch there by the ref, and what a mistake by Sewanee.
All right, Pirate defense, you got 92 yards of turf behind you here.
And they're gonna be rushed because they're already down to 10 seconds.
It is Thomas in a quarterback. And he's going to keep it himself, and not much running him, maybe up to the 9 for a couple yards. That's been about the MO, a couple yards on first down plays. They're actually giving him no gain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was they were down to on the play clock, so it was kind of all rushed, and they were thinking they were going to be out at the 25, and everything was just a little discombobulated, and our guys took advantage of that.
So second down and 10 from back at the 7-yard line. Thomas dropping back, pass left side, complete on the edge, and a beautiful coverage there in the open field. That's going to be about a 3-yard pickup. Hauled in by Dyer Barnes, but he was dropped immediately.
What? No, that was for me.
Right now, the Tiger offense very vanilla here in the second half, Merle. Not doing too much in terms of being creative with the play calling, just faking the receivers, faking the sweeps out to the outside, keeping Thomas as the ball carrier, and then those simple just hook routes on the outside. Nothing really changing too much here for the Tigers offensively.
It was Roberson and Anderson on the covers. Third down to 7. Chance to get off the field with great field position. Pirates bringing pressure up the middle. Being pursued right side, given ground, dumped off underneath and dropped it. Everybody heard footsteps, and that was the best defensive stand of the day for the Southwestern Pirates. They're going to force the punt and get the ball back near midfield if they can field the punt cleanly.
What a job there defensively. Only a minute off the clock for the Pirates, and now the offense can get the ball back. And now, if they do, it's all about taking time off the clock and putting points on the board.
Yeah, and if I'm the Pirates, I'm setting up for a return here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you always want to kind of go after it when they're in the end zone, but if you can get a return here, you can get it up 40, 30-yard line.
Punter standing 2 yards deep in his own end zone. Good snap back. And a pretty good punt. Going to be fielded at the 40-yard line. Looking for running. Started left, cuts back right, and going to be a flag comes down at the 43-yard line. And another flag comes in after the play.
And that'll likely ruin this good field position here for the Pirates if it's going to be a block in the back or something or the other.
What a great punt.
Maybe a face mask, but the Pirates don't look too happy coming off the field here.
So that's the optimist you right there, Merle.
That was a 65-yard punt from where he was standing.
Yeah, holding that'll push him back another 10 yards. Still decent field position at the 33. And you got the football. That's the main thing. Got to hang on to it here with a 5-point lead, 11:09 to go in regulation time.
Ball security and time possession. Got to control both of those aspects of the game right here.
Taking a Skylar Gillespie, our QA, keeping an eye and an ear on the broadcast. And one other high school game, Fulshire versus Foster in Houston this afternoon on Vype. Trips wide left, one to the near side. And play action pass. Dumps it off over the middle. Complete this time to the 47-yard line out to the 48. Thompson, that's the play more or less that they tried to run in the end zone a moment ago. That time they connect.
And right there, Thompson, that's the third read for Sims. He was looking down the field trying to get a much bigger pass play, but Thompson right open over the middle. Might as well hit him and get the first down.
Yeah, 14-yard pickup, first down Pirates.
Sims seems much more comfortable today than he did last week.
Yeah. Two receivers to the left, one to the near side. Williams stays in the backfield with him. And rolling right, looking downfield. Got a lot of running room. He's going to tuck it under the 50. Steps out of bounds to the 46-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 7 yards on the play. I'm not sure if that was a design play or not, but it sure worked pretty well.
It's something y'all have been waiting for. We've seen Sims scramble out just like that, and we're all like, oh, is he going to run? Is he going to run? He usually throws it, but that time there, tucks it under, gets a great gain on the first down play.
Clock's still rolling, 10-12 to go. Second down and 3 coming up at the Sewanee 46-yard line.
2 plays later, already on the Sewanee side of the field.
Two receivers split out to either side. Handoff Williams, straight ahead running inside the 40, spins down to the 35-yard line. First down Pirates.
Great job holding on to the ball there, too.
Yeah. Especially with the 360s like that.
And that was Deuce right there, actually, Merle. That was number
Deuce
22,
Bailey,
Devin
okay.
Baylor. Another great example there of just running downhill, getting as many yards as you can. And with his big body, he's just going through all those single-arm tackles and getting a great gain.
First down Pirates at the 35-yard line. Bailey stays in the game, or Baylor stays in the game. Two receivers to the left, one to the near side. Give it to him again. Straight ahead, running again. Inside the 30, bounces to the 25 to the 20. Cuts back inside the 15 and bangs it down to about the 14-yard line.
And Sewanee's saying they stripped it out before he went down.
Well, he was stopped.
And the refs are saying that he was down. Forward progress was stopped.
Boy, Devin Baylor, back-to-back good runs for Southwestern. Has the Pirates knocking on the door again. First down at the Tiger 14-yard line. This is about where the drive stalled last time. Got to finish this one off.
Williams back in the game in the backfield there, Merrill.
Two receivers left, one to the near side.
Yeah, I think Baylor got the wind knocked out of him.
Hand off Williams. He's going to take his crack at it to the left side, cutting it back up, and dives down to about the 12. Gain of 2 on the play, second down and 8. Kind of wish he kept going left.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be wide open for him once that block developed, but he just put his foot in the ground, tried to cut it back. Nowhere going for him after all that.
Second and 8 from the 12-yard line. Clock continues to move.
These linebackers for the Sewanee Tigers are doing a good job of flowing with the play. Haven't made too many plays with it, but right there, we're able to make the stop on Williams.
Williams stays in the game at running back. One receiver left, one to the near side. A lot of beef lined up on the right side of this line. Play action. Now rolling to his right, just has to throw this one away. Going to bring up a third down play because he
was outside the tackle box.
Drew Rozier coming in on him.
Coach McCollum on the Sewanee sideline has his hands up, asking where is the grounding.
Yeah, you heard the referee there explaining just what we were talking about. Outside the tackle box, and the ball made it back past the line of scrimmage. It was close. From that side of the field, I can see why he would question it.
If you're Sims, take care of the ball here.
Yeah.
A field goal gets you up by 8.
That's right.
So take care of the ball.
Yeah, don't force anything here. Pick it up if you can. 3rd and 8 from the 13-yard line.
I think you look to Thompson, excuse me.
Low snap and scramble for it. I think he managed to get back on it, but just barely.
Goodness.
Almost disaster for the Pirates right there.
As it is, it's going to force a longer field goal. I guess the good news is you're between the uprights here.
And the clock keeps rolling.
Yeah.
Great job to get the ball. he had guys barreling down on him.
Looks like it is Hill again,
It's
too.
Hill again, yep. This one will be from 34 yards to try to put the Pirates up by 8. Low snap, good hold. Kick is up. It's got the leg. Did he push it through? He did, boy. Austin Hill, his second consecutive field goal. Pirates lead by 8, 33-25. But TJ, you look, you have the ball inside the red zone twice and come away with 6 points.
Yeah, if you're an offensive guy like Coach Mask is, you know he's banging his head against the wall. Why can't my team put the ball in the end zone, in the red zone? It's something that we talked about earlier, the culture of the offensive line, the culture of the running back room, wanting to be the guys when your time is called. And right there, 2 different situations. That's your time. That is your time to show who exactly you are and the team that you can be. And in both situations, the Sewanee defense stands up and only allows a field goal.
Keeps them in the game. It's an 8-point game. They would need a touchdown or a 2-point conversion to tie it up.
Yeah, but give some credit to Hill.
Oh, yeah.
The young sophomore getting out there, making a kick when they need it. 2 kicks when they've needed them.
Kickoff coming from the 35-yard line. And this one going to be fielded at the 8-yard line, up to the 10. This is McLemore to the 20, up the near sideline, steps out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. And that's where the Sewanee Tigers will start this drive with 7 minutes straight up to go in regulation time. Pirates clinging to an 8-point lead.
Great coverage there by the kickoff team.
They've done better.
Yeah.
It was a little shaky at the start of this game, obviously shaky last week, but done better here as the game has worn on.
Yeah, really nowhere to go for these return men from the Tigers.
Yeah, that time doing it, I mentioned it earlier, getting that ball into the right corner there, taking away half the field.
Millsaps leading Rhodes 31-13 at the half. And Maryville over Center, 27-13 with 8:49 to go fourth quarter.
And a new quarterback out there, Merle. Number 1, Cam Beasley back out on the
in.
field.
Yeah, he started the game at quarterback. Dropping back to pass. Looking. Pass over the center of the field. Wide open to the 50, to the 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Look at that. One play, 11 seconds, and they're back within 2 points. Dyer Barnes hauling it in.
Wow.
A 78-yard pitch and catch, the longest play so far of the year for the Tigers. And it's a big one. It brings them within now of 2 points. They're obviously going to go for the 2-point conversion here to try and tie it with 6:49 left. But Beasley, who's been on the sideline for it seems like the whole game, ever since those first few drives, what a throw right there with his receiver beating the coverage. And, Sewanee taking a timeout, it looks like.
It looks like it. And it's a big 2-point conversion attempt. I understand that, but have to burn a timeout here if the Pirates are able to get points on their next possession.
Yeah. To your point, Merle, you'd hate having to use timeouts in situations like that. Saw it earlier with Southwestern on that fourth down play that we ended up converting on, but then gave the ball back to Sewanee on the fumble. And then here now, giving the timeout to Sewanee after the big touchdown.
Yeah, I think the timeouts, they haven't been successful on their 2-point conversion. So he probably wants to get the guys together, just make sure to tell everybody to do your assignment. And for the Pirates, we got to keep them out of there.
I think you're seeing why both of these teams are 2-2 because both the teams have looked really, really good sometimes and just look like they couldn't beat the middle school teams other times.
Yep. It's just something that Coach Griesel talked about in that first interview with Chuck, not being able to put two halves together.
Right.
And both teams kind of just finding momentum in different spurts.
Well, and that's why I was talking about earlier in the game that generally, or what you mean by that is you need them to be in every play. That's what gets you the 4 quarters. You can't take a play off.
So Beasley in the shotgun, 2-point conversion attempt. Mixon lined up behind him. Dropping back, being pursued, fires towards the goal line and intercepted. This can be returned up to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, up the sideline. One man to beat and going to be knocked out of bounds at the 29-yard line. But the main thing is the interception in the end zone denies the 2-point conversion. The Pirates hang on to a 33-31 lead.
That's a big play there, Merle. You thought maybe we've seen it happen so many times with that scramble out that a man just finds himself open, but the Pirates' defense in the secondary especially stays strong, gets the pick.
And I'm seeing Roberson and James running off the field together. I'm not sure which one of them hauled it in.
If it was Roberson, that'd be his second one of the day.
Yeah, I wish he'd have cut to the inside.
Yeah.
I think he had a little bit of room there. But great pressure coming from the right side there just to make that throw just a little bit more difficult.
Devin Phillips back to return this kick, along with Christian Murray. 6:48 left to go. That's going to feel like a lifetime hanging out of this 2-point lead. They've been chasing that missed extra point all game long.
That missed extra point, that missed field goal. If we had that, be able to breathe a little bit easier.
This kickoff is going to sail to Phillips. Fair catch call for and made, so the Pirates will take over first and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So here it is. Big spot here. So we talk about building that culture, building that identity as an offensive line. This is the moment here again. You haven't been able to put the ball in the red zone twice into the end zone. But now you have 6:48 left. If you get a long drive going here, burn a lot of time off the clock, and find a way to put points on the board to really put this game out of reach, that is a big turning point in this offensive line and the season that we're having offensively.
So Sims and Williams in the backfield for the Pirates. 2 receivers left to the near side. First down at their own 25-yard line. Sims dropping back. Pressure comes. Setting up a screen pass. Complete out over the middle of the 25-yard line. Break and tackle. Spins out to the 30 and maybe the 31-yard line. Good hands there by Tyson Williams, because they were really yanking at that football. Managed to pick up 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4.
And that's a great job by the Pirates anticipating what the defense is going to do from Sewanee. We've seen it all day, them bring the pressure, them bring the blitz. Here in a running situation, we knew they were going to blitz, and right there, Coach Mass calls for a screen to get just a little bit of yards there.
Baylor checks into the game at running back. 2 receivers left, 2 to the near side. 2nd and 4 from the Pirate 31. Play action. Giving ground to his right, buying himself some time. And sidearm fling to the sideline. Did he make the catch? I think they're going to give it to him. They're going to give him the catch to the 37-yard line. What a sensational catch by Thompson.
Yep.
What a catch. Graydon Thompson. And he's hyped up. And rightfully so.
I mean, we had no idea because in front of the Pirate bench, but both officials right there came running in immediately like he made that catch.
Tiptoeing there on the sideline.
Well, he did that, what all great receivers do, right? Got his feet set, then caught the ball.
Yep. Bailed out Sims.
A great throw by Sims.
Yeah, on the run.
And a fresh set of downs, and the clock keeps moving, more importantly.
First down, Pirates at their own 38. 2 receivers left, one to the near side. Sims, play action again, looking. Left side, caught on a dead run to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, to the outside of the 30. Hang on to the football, stiff arm down to the 26-yard line, and the flag comes in, probably a face mask on top of it.
And what a gain there for the Pirates. They're using the defense's thoughts against them. They're thinking it's going to be a run, that they're going to try and dominate with the run game, but 3 plays in a row, the Pirates go to the air. They're going to be deep into Tiger territory here after the penalty. Great play calling here for the Pirates.
Christian Murray was the receiver that hauled that one in. Face mask was a call, so that will be all the way down to, well, they're going to spot the same, 27, probably about the 13.5-yard line.
But here it is, 3rd time in a row, Merle.
Yeah.
We've been in the red
Got to
zone.
get a touchdown here. Got to get a touchdown. You can't go up by just 5.
Nope.
Got to get a touchdown.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Trey.
2 receivers left, one to the near side.
Best case scenario is you get it on the ground, too. Run time off the clock.
Baylor in the backfield, that running back. He'll get the carry, off right tackle, follows his blockers inside the 10, rumbles down to the 6, already a better play on first down. Going to bring up a 2nd down and about 2 as he picked up 8 yards on the play.
And right there, the Tigers bringing the blitz on the left side. You saw it identified. So Sims, what does he do? He audibles the play, saying go to the right side, and Baylor, all he had to do was follow his lead blocker and get a great game.
Yeah, he just put his hand on his blocker.
Yeah.
Just rode him as far as he could ride him.
2nd down and 3 from the 7. 2 receivers left, one to the near side. Give it to him again up the middle. Inside the 5, crashes down, digging towards the goal line. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 1. That's actually probably your best scenario because
100%.
another 40 seconds is going to come off the clock.
Yep.
And they're not letting it get all the way down either.
Yeah.
I was
kind of
surprised by
see
that, too. They're letting it get to around 10 seconds before they snap it.
I mean, you certainly don't want to let it get all the way down because that's what we saw last week, right?
Right.
The defense knows.
1st and goal from the 1. Pirates have 4 cracks at this final yard.
Pretty sure everybody knows who's going to get the ball.
Yeah, number 22 is in the backfield. Under 4 minutes to go in regulation time. The center of the field is sagging under the weight. So many bodies there. And a bootleg right side, and Sewanee was not fooled. Spun free and took a shot at the 2-yard line.
A massive shot. Oh, my goodness. That's the defensive lineman, number 54, for the Tigers coming in, making the play. It's Max Grumbles, your favorite name on this defensive line.
So no gain of the play, but what a job by Sims
Oh
to
my
get break free because he was going to lose 5 yards.
I was going to say it was going to be a terrible play if we got down to the 5-yard line there on a loss, but he was able to get back to the 1.
I love the fact they bootlegged because everybody thought it was going up the middle, but kudos to that Sewanee player for staying home. 2nd and goal from the 1. Sims hands it off. Baylor, and he's digging towards the goal line. Did he get it in? Not yet. 3rd down and goal from about the foot line.
And it's almost like a worst-case scenario here for the Tigers. Well, with the player down now, that will stop the clock. I was going to say, though, with the clock still rolling and the Pirates still on the 1, you're losing a lot of time.
I think it's about the half-yard line now.
Yep. So let's do a little troubleshooting. Hopefully the Pirates will punch it in here on 3rd and a foot. But if you don't get it in, do you go for it on 4th down?
I think you have to.
I think you have to.
No. Because then all they got to do is get down there and get a field goal.
From your own 1-yard line, though, if you don't?
That's maybe the conservative coach in me, but in my opinion, you want to go up at least enough to make them have to score a touchdown.
I'd rather pin them down at the 1 and have to drive for 3 than kickoff. Who knows what kind of return they're going to get, and only needs, I don't know. Hopefully they can punch it in and we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. And we've made jokes all day about old school type of football, but in this situation here, we don't typically see the Pirates do it. Do they go under center
Yeah.
and try a sort of tush push just to try and get into the end zone here?
You can't. Look how close that is.
I would definitely look to see what the defense is doing here. Because if Thompson has one-on-one, I think you play action and you give him a chance. He's to the wide side of the field as well.
Thompson's not even out there.
No.
Oh, no, he is top of the screen. You're right.
Sims in the shotgun. Baylor lined up in the pistol behind him. 3rd down to go from about the 1-foot line. You can't get any closer without getting it in.
Letting the clock go all the way down. Don't give the defense a hint, though.
Handoff. Baylor. And he spins into the end zone. Touchdown. Boy, they had him for a second.
And the ref doesn't want him to do the sexy Dexy. You got to let Baylor get in there and do the sexy Dexy. What a touchdown there. That drive really was all Devin Baylor when it came down to it, at least when we got on the Tiger side of the field. The big bruising running back finds his way into the end zone. He was met at the line of scrimmage, Merle, but you need more than one guy to bring him down. Into the end zone he goes, and the Pirates looking to go up.
He's a big extra point here.
Yeah, they're making a 2-possession game if you can get this extra point.
He's got to call a timeout because they were already down to 10 seconds.
Wow.
Huh.
Yeah, they didn't even give him a chance to do the sexy Dexy or anything.
The ref said, get out of here.
They made that play clock start right up.
You only get 3 pumps.
39-31 Pirates, extra point pending. If the extra point is good, it's a 9.2 possession lead with 2:28 on the clock.
I got to say, that was kind of ridiculous to start the play clock that quickly.
Yeah, they started it really,
after
really
a touchdown,
quickly.
Yep.
They didn't even have the kicking ball out there yet.
It was just like it was their dad, and he was punishing them for
for doing well, for cleaning my room.
Maryville leading Center now 33-13 with 3 minutes to go. So the Pirates are going to be facing an angry Center team next week on the road in Kentucky. And Austin Hill on for the extra point.
Big time extra point here.
He's already hit 2 field goals. Good snap and hold. Kick is up.
Missed it to the right.
No good.
Are you kidding me?
The special teams woes continue. And Coach Creasel, hands on his head, hates to see it.
Wow.
That would have surely put an end to this one almost, or at least put a bow on it.
Yeah.
Printing out the return label.
Well, now your defense is going to have to make another stop. Good point is they've got to score and get 2 just to force a tie. So I'd still rather be us than them, but, man, you had a chance to put it away, TJ.
Yeah, we really did. And think of all the points we've left out there on the field so far today. It equals 8 points.
Well, and, young guy out there, I'm sure that was probably the most pressure he's felt in a while.
Granted, he is the reason we are up
right
now in this situation.
Exactly.
Counting for 6 points here in the second half.
The kickoff is going to sail. That's a live football, but it does hop into the end zone. So Tigers will take over first down 10 at the 25-yard line with 2 minutes, 28 seconds. Sewanee has 2 timeouts remaining and the 2-minute timeout.
Well, I would definitely venture to say we're going to see the quarterback who could throw for a 76-yard.
Beasley? Yeah, Beasley likely going to come back out there, no doubt. It's a far cry from the 4 quarterbacks they used last week. But here so far today, those 2 playing just as well as those 4.
All right, Pirate defense, your time to shine. First down 10 at the 25-yard line. Beasley in the shotgun with Mixon lined up behind him. Dropping back. Pressure coming. Forces him out of the pocket. Rolling to his right, directing traffic. Fires underneath and one hops it. Good pursuit there by the Pirate defense and even better coverage. That's been the weak spot of the coverage. That time the Pirates had it defended well.
Yeah, Pirates here defensively, at least in the secondary position, need to keep everything in front of them. Do not let any receiver slip by. That's a big reason why the Tigers were able to score on that long touchdown play in their last drive. So keep everything in front of you and don't allow Beasley any time to throw.
It was Darrell Bay providing the pressure. Stops the clock with 2:21 to go. Second down and 10. Beasley dropping back again. And setting up a screen pass complete to the 25-yard line, trying to get some blockers on the edge to the 30, and knocked out of bounds at the 32-yard line. So it's up a 3rd down and 2.
Talk about double dipping. That's the same play they scored on for their first touchdown, a simple wide receiver screen to the receiver, Sean Johnson. This time Johnson not able to get free, though. Now 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, much better job there by the by the cornerback, keeping him in front of him.
The clock is moving now.
They don't have to run a play here if they don't want to. You got 6 seconds before the 2-minute timeout. 3rd and 3 from the 32. They get it off. Pass right side and caught. But it's going to depend on the spot. Which foot came out of bounds first? I don't think he got there.
It's right there on the line.
They haven't said anything yet.
They're going to give it to him. And we have reached a 2-minute timeout. 1:59 to be precise. It'll be Sewanee football, first down 10 at their own 35-yard line with 1:59 to go.
Woo!
We just can't get out of these pressure situations, Merle.
Nope.
Well, they are wearing gold.
Yeah.
They're not diamonds, so I don't know why they're giving us so much pressure.
Well, if we win this game, I'm going to ask Coach Kriesel to please retire these uniforms on Monday.
Or get a thicker outline of the numbers.
Yeah.
Big shout out to our camera folks here. Mr. Michael Rose helping us out today.
Yep.
Doing
Donald
a good
Williams
job.
out in the balcony.
And then old Merle over there zooming in on the action.
First down 10 at the 35-yard line.
You want to keep it in front of you, but you also want to be aggressive. Don't want to just prevent.
Yeah, you can't let them go 5 yards each play down the field.
Beasley in the shotgun. Dropping back, pressure coming from the edge. He's hit and sacked.
Chooks.
Wow. Take my helmet off and kick me in the head, will you? I'll show you what I can do.
No kidding. Talk about making your presence felt.
Loss of 8, 2nd and 18. And Pirates have to call timeout because they couldn't get the right personnel back out of the field.
He's frustrated with his defensive coaches there. There was no reason to make those substitutions because he knew that they were going to go quick.
Yeah.
So Pirates out of timeout. Second down and 18 with 1:41 to go.
And you got to call the timeout, so you stop the clock for
Right.
him.
And you give their quarterback time to recover after taking a massive shot like that.
I just wish he'd have tried to punch the ball out.
Chooks has been coming in untouched on multiple plays.
Yep.
That's just the first time he was able to get there. I was kind of waiting for it, and finally made contact, and it was big contact at that.
Millsaps 31, Rhodes 19, midway through the 3rd quarter.
Rhodes Scholars aren't doing well.
Yeah.
Hey-oh.
All right, 2nd and 18, back at the 27-yard line. Two receivers right, one to the near side. Pirates with 4 men up front. Dropping back again. Good protection this time over the middle of the field. Deflected, intercepted! To the 50 to the 45, tripped up. I think it was Roberson. Make sure here.
His 3rd interception of the game, Merle. Cam Roberson making his presence felt over the middle of the field. Finally, a bounce goes our way, it feels like.
If that pass is 2 inches lower, that's a big reception at the 50-yard line for Sewanee.
Potentially a touchdown with the speed of McLemore, but right there, a bounce goes right into the hands of Roberson. Sewanee does have 2 timeouts. This is far from over.
Right.
Pirates here need to dominate the run game, get a fresh set of downs, and put this one on ice.
I can't breathe out yet.
Hold on to the ball as well.
That's exactly right. 8-point lead with the football. 1:33 left to go. 1st and 10 at the Tiger 45-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Tyson Williams low on the shoulder. Booms inside the 40. Still dragging tacklers down to the 37-yard line. Gain of 8 yards on the play. 2nd down and 2.
What a run. And No timeout from Sewanee.
That's kind of surprising.
Their head coach has just been screaming at somebody for a while now.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not calling it.
I am too. I guess maybe because he picked up 8 yards, they're going to. I
mean,
don't know.
I still don't understand the thought process either way.
One receiver left, two to the near side. Pirates can knock off another 13 seconds here. Snaps it with 5 seconds on the play clock. Handoff up the middle to the 35. That's good for a Pirate first down. They'll stop the clock to move the chains.
And he's
But now
going to call.
Now he calls it there. Or no, he
Or
didn't.
no, he.
Okay, yeah, there
Yeah.
it is. Just
Well, that let
interesting.
another 4 seconds run off the clock, though.
Interesting.
Unless they put some back here. He pointed at the Pirates, but
It said Sewanee.
he said Sewanee. He was confused.
Rub your belly, tap your head.
He's probably looking at those yellow jerseys, gold
He's
jerseys.
blinded. Blinded by the lights.
This has not been easy.
No, it never is. If it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it, Merle.
Yeah, but very resilient. Last week they got haymakers and stayed on the ground. This game they got some haymakers and stood back up.
Yep. And really now you don't have to run an actual play.
No.
You can kneel the ball down for
Yeah.
the Pirates.
Yep.
'Cause they're going to have to call the timeout eventually.
Yeah, no, that was bad clock management there by the coaching staff for
Yeah.
Sewanee. I think he was pretty upset with his players for allowing it to go that far.
Yeah, and Sims is telling the head ref he's going to take a knee here.
I would much rather see the victory formation just in case something weird happens.
Takes a 2-yard loss gladly. And the Pirates do not have to snap it again.
Yeah.
Unless they call a timeout.
No reason to call the timeout. Unless you just don't want to take them home with you.
I don't know if Southwest allows those extra baggage.
Well, hey, I can breathe out.
Yep, Sewanee coming off the field and gathering at the sidelines. The clock is going to tick down. The Southwestern Pirates are going to bounce back from a rough loss last week at Trinity and defeat the Sewanee Tigers here this afternoon by a final score 39-35 to improve to 3-2 on the season overall. More importantly, 1-1 back in the midst of the almost said the district race, the conference race.
It's always so funny at the end of the game to see how fast the referees sprint off the field.
It's like they did something wrong. But no, he did a fair job. No penalties on the Pirates. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think you're right, yeah.
But no penalties on the Pirates
And
here
just
so
a
far
couple
today.
on Sewanee.
You had the face mask, the pass interference, and
Yeah.
that was really it. You had the unsportsmanlike on the Pirates, actually.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Yep. Which was really
And the
Way to
kickoff
ruin-
return, the
Cheesy.
block in the back.
Way to ruin that for us, Michael.
No true offensive penalties, though, if we're going to go from that perspective.
Looks kind of pretty with the gold and white.
It
going
actually
right
does.
there.
That's the only time all day I've liked these yellow uniforms.
Yellow? Come on, man. Gold.
If I call them yellow, see, maybe they'll change them.
We're going to have a yellow out at the new stadium, Earl. You're going to hate it.
So is it going to be a grass stadium or turf?
That's one question I never asked him.
It's going to be turf.
Turf,
Pretty
yeah.
sure.
That's easier, isn't it?
Easier to maintain.
I always say that with baseball. I love baseball, dirt fields for baseball, but I'm not the one who has to take care of the field. And we're standing by for Chuck to get a word in here with Coach Creasley down the sidelines.
Yeah, I bet you he'll talk to him today.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the hope.
Yeah. Last week he got the wave off.
Yeah. He said, don't talk to me. We don't want to do any of that.
Well, he definitely had some things he wanted to get across to his team.
Yep.
And he obviously got him across. I mean,
Yeah, no, very much, a lot more resilience in this game. Stayed confident throughout. Did not allow the negative plays to affect the next play. So, definitely a good and well-played game. Lots of things, as always, you can work on and get better at. But proud of the guys and how they responded to last week.
most
You know,
definitely.
39-31, you win by 8, but you left at least, what, 8 points on the field?
Minimum 8 points. But then you think of all the times in the red zone that we had,
Right.
those opportunities. You left a lot of points out there.
Yeah.
But overall, I think a great team win. People were picking each other up when it comes to fixing mistakes that were made. So when you think about last week and where we were at and how we felt and how the team felt, coming back this week, winning at home, doing it how we did, and having that great defensive stop to end it all, I think it was perfect, and there was no one better, especially here tonight with these Pirates.
All right, I'm going to have my nose in the laptop here while we're waiting on Coach Kriesel. I'm looking at the stats, 27 first downs to 12 for Sewanee.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive
That's
right there.
dominating fashion right there.
214 yards rushing for the Pirates to 141 for the Tigers. 298 yards passing to 264. So total yardage was 512 yards for Southwestern, 405 for Sewanee. So a lot of offense, as you would expect, with 70 points scored in the ball game. But Southwestern getting 8 more than they did, and that's all that matters. All right, I see Coach trotting over. I see you, Chuck. Hard to see you down there amidst that gold, but you've caught up with head coach Bill Kriesel with all the players around you. Take it away, Chuck Gracie.
Can you hear us, Chuck?
We can't hear him.
Working on his phone. Working on it. Working on it.
A technological meltdown. There
Sorry
we go.
about that technology failure, operator error. So, okay, Coach, you had a post-game speech moments ago. What did you tell your players?
Well, the first thing I told them to be happy. I mean, be excited. I mean, again, our guys sometimes I think whether it's overconfidence, not even overconfidence, but just, wishing for good things to happen rather than just playing and expecting good things to happen. I think we're still in a little bit of a mode of, I think we're going to win a game, but we're not sure, and we're just kind of back and forth, and we're just not truly confident ourselves. So I just told them to be happy. We won a freaking football game, and it's hard. Football is hard. It's hard to win games. That's a good football team we played. They made it tough on us. And I also mentioned Austin Hill. Austin Hill, our backup kicker, had the opportunity to come in and make some kicks, made 2 big, huge field goals for us. So, and he stuck with it. I'm telling you, he came in and we brought in a freshman who's doing a really good job kicking, and he stuck with it. Didn't say boo about anything. Said, hey, Coach, what can I do to be better? He's our holder. He worked with those guys, and he came in and kicked 2 big field goals in the second half. So it's huge.
Well, that's the kind of player you're looking for, no matter what the position is, a team guy, right?
Yeah, and that's exactly it. We got a few team guys out there. You got some other guys that are kind of feeling sorry for themselves based on what their role is, and that's all part about being a good football team. You can only play so many guys at every level, and the job is to be as good as you can possibly be and fulfill your role. And we had some guys really step up and do that great today.
Well, and last week you had a little adversity in the second half. Didn't quite respond to that adversity. There was some adversity here today, but your guys really responded.
Yeah, we did. We knew we were a better football team than what we played last week in the second half. We flushed that out as quick as we could. Focused on the positive, and again, our guys got to be excited and have joy to be able to play football. Whether the result is a win or a loss, obviously we want to win. That's exciting. But if you finally put in all that work, if you finally get the result you want, let's be happy and let's smile.
Excellent, Coach. Good luck next week, and travel mercies
all
to
right,
you,
we'll
brother.
see you guys in a few weeks.
Take
all right,
care.
Thanks.
There you go, Merle.
All right, Chuck, get your thoughts before you retreat to the safety of the air conditioning up here.
Well, pretty much what the questions I asked Coach are in alignment with my thoughts, and I agree with him. There is a little bit of, oh no, here we go again on the sidelines sometimes, and they've got to get beyond that. Sometimes a positive mental attitude will result in a positive mental outcome or a positive outcome overall. And I think that's the message that Coach Kriesel was sending there to his players is don't sit over here and feel sorry for yourself. Go out there and make a play. Trey said it throughout the entire game. When Coach Kriesel's referring to playing 4 quarters, he's referring to playing on every play, every opportunity you have. If you're not in the game, you should be definitely watching the guy who's playing your position so that you can understand what's going on, that when you get that opportunity, you're ready to go in there, step up, and do what you're supposed to.
That's exactly right. Well, Chuck, great job as always in helping us out with the numbers.
Thank you.
Kind of wearing your spotter's cap, as you said. Thank you, Chuck.
Yes, sir. I'll be up there in a moment.
All right, Chuck Tracy down to the sidelines. I'm going to get in my token shameless Vandergrift plug here. But when they started the program back in 2009 with just freshmen and sophomores, they had shirts printed up that said ETW, expect to win. And I think these Pirates need to adopt that mentality that
Yeah.
and it's kind of emerged here. They kind of wait, maybe cringe, maybe if something bad's going to happen. They've got to make good stuff happen instead. They have the control and the power to do that.
No, I completely agree with that, Merle. It's just about, like we've talked about through the whole broadcast, it feels like the whole culture of everything, expecting to win, expecting to score in the red zone, expecting to make the play when your number is called. Today, a lot of guys stepped up from an offensive, defensive, special teams perspective. And so as we continue to go on in the season, expecting to win should be the main thing. We should go to Kentucky next week and play center and expect to win there. This team, they've gone through everything. It's a very senior-heavy team. There are some of the younger guys in key positions, but for the most part, for this Pirates team, like, it's now or never. Like, you gotta turn it over sooner or later, and I think it starts here with this win over Sewanee.
Yep, I totally agree. Trey?
Yeah, I mean, and expect to win, but I think what I hear in the coach is compete. Just compete every single play, because when you do come out here, it is about going 1-0. You win or you learn. You never lose a game. You win or you learn on how to compete better the next game. So I just think that he just wants them to have that positive attitude the whole time about just move forward. Don't let the last play affect this play.
Right.
And so he's trying to build that culture. He's trying to build that type of mentality here so that the result of that will be more W's.
Yeah, Sewanee now dropping a 2-3 overall, 0-2 in the season. Not going to get any easier for them. They're going to host Barry next week. And kind of to the theme that we've been talking about here for the Pirates, they beat a team today they probably should have beaten, 39-1. Probably felt they could have beaten them a little bit more. If they want to take that next level, it's going to start next week when they go on the road and take on a very good center ball club on the road. As you mentioned, that was a team that was in the playoffs last year. So how much better can they get? Can they play like they played the first half against Trinity next week on the road at center?
It's going to be only time will tell, really, when it comes down to that. I think from our perspective up in here, we see it all every single weekend when we watch these Pirates play. The potential is there, and now it's just about putting those halves together, like Coach Kriesel talked about, putting a full game together, and really just allowing everyone to see how great this team can be. I definitely think we can go to center next week and shock the world and get 2-1 in conference. I think we can come back on homecoming, beat Maryville. I think we can end the season on senior night and defeat Barry too, but that's obviously far away. We got to go 1-0 every single week, and it starts now following this win in Kentucky next week.
And for now, Trey, the Pirates back over the 500 mark. That's a good place to start from.
Yeah, and it's going to be about the practices, right? It's going to be how do they practice this week? What are they doing in the film room? They had success. They came out here and reacted really well to adversity. So are they back in the film room? Are they acting like it's 0-0? What are they acting like whenever they get there? And so I'm sure the coaching staff will be looking at that, but I also think that their sophomore kicker, I think the reason why he pointed that out was that's kind of what he's trying to see, right? That's the kind of players that he wants to see. And he actually mentioned it on air. Guys thinking about, oh, woe is me, I should be playing. They're not going to play for that guy if they're thinking that way,
right?
For sure. So he wants those kind of guys that are stepping out there. And the freshman kicker's like, what do I got to do, Coach? It's good. I'm good. He's not complaining about going out there. He's supporting the sophomore, right? So that's what you want to see. So I think they definitely have the opportunity to take a step and see what they can do next week. It'll be exciting to hear about it.
Yeah, it should be very interesting. So that's going to do it for us this afternoon. And again, the Pirates travel to Kentucky next Saturday night to take on the Center Colonels. We'll not be broadcasting that game. There'll be a link on the Southwestern website, southwesternpirates.com. So you can click on that link and you'll get Center's broadcast. You won't have nearly as much fun as you have watching and listening to us. But at least you get to see the Pirates, and that's the most important
Absolutely
thing. So,
not.
Absolutely not. That's right. They probably don't bust on TLU the way you do, TJ.
They probably don't do a lot of things we do up here, to be honest.
So we'll be back with you in 2 weeks when the Pirates return home to face a new opponent in Maryville College. A special thanks to Southwestern Director of Intercollegiate Activities, Ken Ralph, and thanks to him for coming up and speaking to us at halftime here this afternoon. Senior Associate Director of Athletics, Mr. Glenn Schwab, Associate Director of Athletic Communications, Peyton Stegman, the Georgetown ISD staff, Head Coach Bill Kriesel, and, of course, you folks out there for tuning into the broadcast here this afternoon. For my broadcast partner, Mr. T.J. Baylor, our producer, Mr. Trey Grubb, our camera operators, Michael Rose and Donald Williams down on the patio deck, our QA, Skylar Gillespie, our technical director, Cindy Bencott, communications director, my better half, Christina Weber-Bertrand. My name is Merle Bertrand, signing out from Brookerbach Field. The Pirates with a thriller today, hanging on for a 39-31 win. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you back here in a couple weeks for more Pirates football on the Vype Live Network. Good afternoon, everybody, from Georgetown, Texas.